We stand and watch the world go up in flames. We fight for love until we die in vain. When the sky is getting dark and we're broken in our hearts, when we build our own demise, from the ashes we will rise. When the world another girl, she must be what you need. I don't want to fall apart while moving on, but God, I need to. 'Cause doing less is doing harm. All the photographs we take, I don't have time to let them fade. But if you're with her, then there's not much to do, yeah. Tell me, when do I get used to losing you? Tell me, when do I get used to losing you? Tell me, when do I get used to losing you? Tell me, when do I get used to losing Tell me, when do I get used to losing you?
I smoke cigarettes at night now when the feeling's coming too loud. No, I didn't understand you then, but the more time runs between us, everything I hated seems to keep me company in ways you never did.
Oh, I don't want to fall apart while moving on, but God, I need to. 'Cause doing less is doing on. All the photographs we take, don't have time to let them fade. If you're with them, there's not much to do, yeah. Tell me, when did I get used to losing you?
save.
Slow down midfield. Raptor gonna take control, leaving it for MJ. MJ with a double tap opportunity, and he gets it! MJ!
Gonna try to find another toucher, gets it around for Chance. Ren gets another touch around Remzik. Maybe one man back. Oh, a good slam from Samuel. An insane redirect.
And go time, popping it up. Is anyone there? Suffer challenges. Suffer with a miss. Just Eli back. Dicky, getting it over top. And Low Ballers take the DIV Grand Final.
Give it up for Low Ballers.
Cosmic slowly going towards the backboard as it pops over everyone, and Bone's able to get a shot off here. No, he's not getting the touch. And Cosmic with the boost that he needs, popping it over and it's straight center.
Let's give it up for your Division D champions, Ball Chasers.
Try to get that one. Raptor, he's gonna try to get a 50, not able to. Jai, he's gonna beat Icor. He's gonna turn on this one. And Unlimited Aura is going to Brazil.
Give it up for your Dipsy champions, Rising Stock.
Almost. So next goal might be right here. Red Wizard followed by Squilliam. And 12 seconds left on the clock. Your Division B champions, Honey Nut.
No one's actually challenging. He was able to get that boost for free. We needed someone from Super Stars to go early, as this one does drop down. Ceiling shot is gonna be there, and Remzik doing what he does best.
And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Division A champion, Acrobatic Aura.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It has been a very, very, very long time since I've been on stream, but I missed you guys dearly, so I had to come out of retirement. I'm finally done traveling for work, so I get to stream 3 back-to-back games for you guys tonight, so I'm extremely excited. Appreciate you guys tuning into some more Dakota Collegiate Rocket League. We are in our last week of the regular season here. We got up to week 8, and then we jump into playoffs and land and all that fun stuff. But regardless, I've got my first co-host with me, Cosmic, joining me on the desk. How we doing tonight?
I'm a little tired. I'm low-key kind of waking up from a nap, but I'm always excited to get on the desk and cast some DCRL.
That is a good answer. I'm also a little tired, but you know what? Work's fun. You know what? I will say having a big boy job with a big boy paycheck is really, really nice. Not having homework due at midnight, oh my God, I don't miss it. But what I do miss is Rocket League. Watching some high-level Rocket League, casting some high-level Rocket League, and we are starting off with a banger tonight in our Div A match. We've got 3 matches back-to-back-to-back, but starting off with KAWAII Leonard versus Cooked. And it seems like you got a little bit of insight on both these teams that we kind of start to jump in and talked about some stats and stuff.
For sure. I know for a fact that KAWAII Leonard is coming off of a game where they got swept by Los Jefes. So their morale might be a little low, but that could also serve as a way for them to boost their ego. Try to take this game as they go up against Cooked.
I just got note, Eric messaged me, this is a rematch, and that they beat Eric's team 3-1 2 weeks ago. So, all right, well, this should be interesting then to see if the rematch holds true or not. So anyways, we'll break these two teams down a little bit. So yeah, KAWAII Leonard sitting at 2-4 right now, bottom of the table, like you said, or second to the last. But like you said, they are struggling a little bit. They did just get swept by the #1 team versus Cooked, sitting at 4-3. So they are barely hanging on above 50%. And again, this is the last week on the season, so this is massive. If Cook can stay in that top 4, they will be able to pick who they want for their playoff match. Maybe they don't even get a choice since they are, either the 4th or 5th seed most likely, so it might not matter. Very, very good chance that they will play monkey business, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But breaking these teams down, you want to talk about KAWAII Leonard a little bit and how they're hopefully how this night's gonna go.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I am probably the least informed when it comes to Kawhi Leonard. But Kawhi Leonard is led by Ren. Looking at the stats, there really isn't anything of note other than their saves per game, which is at an astounding 5.64, which I'm sure, like, no shade, but it should be the goals that should be up there. But obviously you're doing something right to have a 2-4 record. But second man Shavin, third man Penn. Ren seems to be the type of guy, or he seems to be the star player of this team with pretty good backup in the forms of Shavin and Penn.
All right, I like that. Appreciate me. Shout out to myself
Go
for
Sports.
subbing for 45 months. It's the longest sub train we got. No surprise, considering I'm pretty sure like the day I made this Twitch account or whatever, it's just instant tier 3 subs. So we're getting close to 50. I like to see it. We're getting there. Hopefully, actually, I'm not gonna make it by land too. It'll be like just the middle of the summer. But regardless, moving on to Cooked, which again, Cooked did lose to Kawhi Leonard a couple weeks ago. So this is a massive rematch. So Cooked really desperately not wanting to drop this one. And so yeah, Rizzer has been a phenomenal, player so far with 1.23 goals, and that's not even leading, right? I mean, it is like top 3, I think top 4. But the fact that he's getting over a goal a game, especially then with combination with Swamp Donkey and Weevil, they're getting over 2 goals a game on average. So really profound offense, but it's the defense I know has struggled a little bit. This team revolves around Rizzer, and it's just how fast can he get boost, rotating offense and defense, and how can his teammates support him?
For sure.
10 out of 10, bud.
Yeah, honestly, if I were to kind of piggyback off of that, I know for a fact that Risser is the type of player where if you let him get any amount of time with the ball, more than 2 seconds, and he has a full tank of boost, there's a high chance that it will be going into the back of your net. But he is also the type of player to kind of not necessarily need the momentum, but the moment that he gains that momentum, it's a hard train to stop.
Yeah, I think one thing to talk about is the demos per game sitting at 2.39, leading the league right now. And I know that's one thing that Rizzo does exceptionally well is kind of being that first man, right? He'll do such a good job beating that first man, hit it off the crossbar, off the back wall, or center it, and then going for that demo on the goalie, having Swamp Donkey, having Weevil. If they can get their shooting consistent, and again, it's that shooting percentage, Weevil and Swamp Donkey shooting under 30%. If they can just find the back of the net with the opportunities that River is going to gift to them on a golden platter, I do think that Cooked is going to win this one. But throw it back into you. What does Kawhi Leonard need to do then? Because they did just beat Cooked. Question is, can they do it again?
Well, yes, they did beat Cooked, but that was also a couple weeks ago. A lot of things can change in a couple of weeks.
Pre-spring
Chem can
break.
start to build.
Maybe post-spring
this is
break?
true. This is true. But I think the number one thing you need to do if you're Kawhi Leonard is to shut down, not Risser. Don't shut him. Well, obviously shut him down, but shut off his second and third man, because I know for a fact, even if he can't get the goal by himself, he'll always get some sort of second touch to set up his second and third man.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting just because Rizzer and Ren have such kind of a similar playstyle, in my opinion, of stupidly fast, super boost hungry, and they definitely have a little bit of a freestyle background. So it's going to be interesting just to kind of see how much they're going to know about each other. Again, they did just play a couple weeks ago, and Cooked ended up losing, and Kawhi Leonard got one of their 2 wins on the season. And speaking of Kawhi Leonard, we are just waiting for them to join the party match. I can see they just finished their match. They are getting everyone in here. Predictions are up right now, and I'm looking, and my God, nobody has any faith right now in Kawhi Leonard. Again, they just beat them. So solely off of the fact that Kawhi Leonard just beat them last time, I'm going to double down and put 10K on Kawhi Leonard and say that they're going to take it. And that'll be my prediction. I'm hoping we'll do 3-1 just because that's the exact same scoreline as last time. So I say we just run it back.
I would probably have to vote against you. I have been on the opposite end multiple times of not only Risser, but Swamp Donkey and Weevil. And And I'm going to have to say it's 3-0. 3-0 going towards Cooked Ways.
Making sure everyone is ready to go. But yeah, predictions are up for just a little bit longer. You're thinking Cooked. I already respect it. You're thinking that we got a 3-0. I got 3-1 going the other way. So we'll have to see what happens. Looks like everyone is ready to go. So we're going to jump into this and see how she goes. We'll see if you guys can get your predictions right. Like I said, they're going to be open for another minute or so as we are getting this one going. But I'm just excited to finally be back on stream. I'm not going to lie. I've definitely missed this.
I am excited for you to be back. It certainly has not felt the same without your presence, Mr. K-Tool.
Well, looks like that always has to happen. Let's try refreshing this and see how she goes and fix everything as we go.
Ooh, game number 1 of a very exciting matchup here. Cooked versus KAWAII Leonard. That's a great touch coming from Weevil. And as you said, KAWAII Leonard did in fact... I'm not too sure what the score is, but they were able to beat Cooked. So maybe if they can kind of find a way to copy that same recipe that they were to do it, I can certainly see them. But that's a great shot from Risser, saved away by who's Chloe? I don't really know who Chloe is.
Pen.
Oh, Pen. All right.
Or, sorry, not Pen. Sorry. Everyone is changing their names on me, and it's definitely messing their back end. Of course, why would they want to make it easy on the back end? They always have to mess with it. Like I said, we'll fix stuff as it goes in, but regardless, starting off early, we are seeing a lot of pressure. Back and forth we go. No surprise, this is going to be a speedy series.
There's a good shot attempt there coming from Swamp Donkey. Gets denied by, who was that again? Gets denied by Ren. Risser with a great touch, blocks his own teammate. Very unfortunate, but Ren unable to make the touch. Swamp Donkey with the shot. Gets denied by Pen, cleared away by Shavin as we see Weevil taking control of the ball. Ball gets cleared away by Pen. See a shot attempt come from Risser, not quite on target, denied by Ren as we see great ball control. That's a huge demo.
We see chances are coming in here, but again, no one's really able to get that last shot on target. We're seeing so much boost being used. We're going to see a lot of boomer ball, very quick back and forth. Pen now trying to take his time. Makes a little bit of an awkward touch mid. Weevil there down to Swamp Donkey, but can't quite find that touch. We see Chloe or Ren will probably go back and forth on this one. But toss mid. Pen is up. You got Pen and Ren always making it interesting. But Rizzer now getting 50. Shavin not enough boost to go for this one. Forced to drop back. And again, still 2 minutes in, waiting for this first goal to drop.
Yeah, I'm going to sound like a broken record when I say this, but believe it or not, they say it in RLCS too, but game 1 is always going to be a feeler game. Like you said before, KAWAII Leonard and Cook do kind of have the same play style. I can see it in the ways how they're opening up passes, and can Pen get back in time? No! That is a great shot coming from Weevil, and an absolutely better pass coming from Swamp Donkey. Unfortunate though.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think anyone was expecting that of all shots to actually be the one that finds the back of the net.
Yeah, that was a very quick transition from offense to defense there.
Definitely worked out here. It looks like we got everything fixed on the overlay. Finally, at halfway through the game again. Just gotta stop changing their names on them. Either way, first goal does go to Cooked again. They did get they did lose the series 3-1 to KAWAII Leonard a couple weeks ago. So KAWAII Leonard 2-4, trying to get another win on the season, just to give a little sweet taste before they go into playoffs. Again, they're still going to be one of the bottom teams, regardless of whether or not if they do win tonight. But really nice just to get some momentum, knowing that there is a good chance that they will play Cooked early in playoffs if Cooked win this game. Just with the way that the teams are going to work out with the drafting of your opponent. Good chance they might just go back-to-back games.
Yeah, for sure. I honestly, the way that they're playing out right now, even though they are down by 1, it has been very even in terms of pressure. No team seems to be the dominating factor here, as we see a good cutoff coming from Ren. Risser with the great touch to the side. No one's there though to take advantage of that. Shavin with a pinch. Weevil on the backboard. Honest to God, probably reading that pinch. I wouldn't know. I'm not as high of a level player as they are. But we see Ren with a great dunk over on Swamp Donkey. Tries to get the touch mid, denied by Risser. So we see Risser doing it alone. Tries to get the flick, denied by Pen. Ren's putting it up mid. No teammates there. Shavin taking his time. Denied by Risser. As we see a shot opportunity maybe coming from Weevil. Not quite on target, but Risser is there to respond. That's a lob. Denied by Shavin as we see Swamp Donkey try to get a little play of his own. Denied by Ren. A little bit over. Oh my god, I can't talk. That's a great clear, but under a minute left. We see a shot from Risser as he's unable to get it on targets.
Yeah, chance was there. Rizzer, you really thought he was going to put that open net away. And again, golden opportunities. We talked about it. They need to make these goals happen. We've talked about Cooks getting over 2.5 goals a game. KAWAII Leonard again sitting at the bottom of the board. Shield trying to find their first one here. Penn now throws this one to the mid. Ooh, Ren does pass it mid, but Shavin didn't have the boost to wrap around it. Too good defense from Cook. Just always having one get in the way. You see Rizzer trying to fight his one, trying to get an air dribble bump. Does bump two,
That's
bumps all three, and
dangerous.
that is a wide open net. Rizzer bumping all three defenders of KAWAII Leonard, and that is going to seal game one.
I mean, 20 seconds left. A lot of things can happen, especially in Rocket League, but I'm going to have to agree with you. That might just be the nail in the coffin here for game number one. Risser showing us why he is league leading, I think, right? League leading in demos with that great bump play. As we see a shot opportunity coming from Shavin, there is hope here.
Absolutely
for
no chance for them. It's sealed the deal. The game is over. Cooked has already won. Chav, it took them 4 minutes and 46 seconds to finally find a goal, and it's off the kickoff of all things. And obviously, as we know, kickoffs are the most volatile play in Rocket League. So we'll see with another one coming here. We'll see what happens here. Weevil cleanly winning this one, but it's actually a play back to Ren. Pop it up, but he doesn't get a great first touch there, or second touch. Rizzer just going to waste time and try to 50 it down, which he is going to do all the way to open ground. And as soon as this ball hits the ground, that is maybe one for the road. No, but Cooked. Besides the last 15 seconds, Cooked dominated game one.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I don't necessarily like the fact that it did take over 4 minutes for KAWAII Leonard to get a goal here, but maybe they're kind of like an engine, right? You gotta warm it up before you can get full power out of it.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens here. Cooked again, pretty even across the board in terms of shooting. Obviously, Rizzer, doing pretty well, the fastest guy on the field, but Weevil's the one getting both the goals, and then KAWAII Leonard again. Ren is obviously going to be the main man, but Penn, I thought, was kind of the quiet one. He did get 3 saves, but 0 shots on the board for him. And again, I haven't really seen Penn on that much. I don't know if he's maybe taking a little break after spring break, see what his hours are at. But yeah, might take, like you said, the engine's got to get warm a little bit. So game one already in the books. We'll have to see how the response comes at game two.
Yeah, you mentioned Penn's hours. I'm pretty sure he has had some sort of stuff going on in terms of the military, so that could be a driving factor as to why we're not seeing him a whole lot in terms of meaningful plays and touches. But game number two, rule one almost between two teammates.
Teammate rule one broken. All right, well, that's disappointing there.
That might just be a bad omen.
Might be a bad omen. As we see Penn now trying to drop this one down. Little awkward touch here. Ren tosses this one mid. Tries to go for a reset. It's actually a fake to Shavin, who rips it on target, but Rizzer with the save on the goal. And again, I like the creativity, though, early game two here from KAWAII Leonard.
Yeah, Eric, low boost. Not Eric, Swamp Donkey. Oh, doxing his full name, I guess. But that is a great touch mid. No one able to take advantage of it. That is a even better bounce, but Weevil not prepared for that. As you see, Penn, not a whole lot of boost. Tries to put it mid. Cleared away by Risser. I'm seeing a lot more pressure out the gate coming from KAWAII Leonard here. Even though the shots might not have been on target, it might not have resulted in a goal. You can definitely tell that they've definitely sticking to the engine metaphor. They've definitely started revving it up there. As you see, Risser trying to get the shot on target, unable to get the backboard read there. As we see a big demo come from Coley. Another one in return. It is just a demo fest here over on this orange half. As we see Swamp Donkey sends it down the long way. Cleared away by Ren. Weevil unable to get the touch. As we see a big bang coming from Ren. I'm sorry, that Chloe name is low-key kind of throwing me off, but it won't matter because Risser is trying to put it mid, gets it in there for Weevil. Able to seal the deal.
I was gonna say, Rizzer sealing the deal. You're talking about names throwing you off. You know how many people have changed their name in the Discord, including you, making it so difficult to try to figure out who the heck is messaging me? My God, people. But like you mentioned, Rizzer, though, sealing the deal here, getting the first goal again for Cook to game 2. We saw Weevil scoring both of them last game, and Rizzer finally getting on the board as we see almost a great solo play. But again, Rizzer just taking his time in the air and slowing the play down when he needs to. And we almost see a great counterattack from Cook.
Yeah, Rizzer is very deadly when it comes to the that speed change up in terms of play. As we see Ren trying to cut it mid. That's a great dunk from Weevil. As we see Weevil with his second goal of the game. I'm not quite sure what happened. All I know is from the side of my screen, I just see him come out of nowhere, dunking Ren. And yes, he's able to put it away here to get a
combined
2-goal
zero
lead.
boost. Combined zero boost of the entire KAWAII Leonard team. Shavin also a little awkward with that wave dash there. And Cook back-to-back scoring 2 goals decently early in these games, looking for a third here. The ball does go mid. Shavin again caught on target. That's actually out the crossbar. This might be free for a second. Rizzer now with the shot. It's going to be wide again. And again, it's just so much pressure back to back to back. I really am wondering what happened 2 weeks ago that KAWAII Leonard was able to dominate in a 3-1 fashion against this Cook team.
Who knows? Maybe it's stream nerves. Maybe it's just them entering the flow state or the avatar state, some sort of state where they were absolutely on X Games mode. As you see Pen with a little bit of an awkward clear, a little bit of a double commit coming from Pen and Shavin. Rizzer with a nice reset gets denied by Ren. As we see Weevil trying to get a pinch back mid, unable to find that touch. As we see Shavin, 0 boost. Pen also with 0 boost, trying to put it along down this this Cook team. As we see a great clear coming from oh God, I can't talk. Great clear coming from Rizzer. Ren tries to get it down. Oh my God, I can't speak. Okay, so let's take it away from you for a bit.
Oh, I'm trying. I'm just waiting for you to let me talk here. As we do see Penn tossing this one to the corner with a minute 48 left on the clock here. Again, KAWAII Leonard still looking for their first one. They did get one again with the last 15 seconds, and they had so much offense in the last 15 seconds. They started off really good here in the first minute of game 2, but since that, they really has been just, again, domination and control. And Cooked, again, they've done so well on boost management and really playing some boomer ball when is needed. Versus KAWAII Leonard, we're seeing double, triple commits out of defense here, as we're seeing Rizzer off the backboard. A Swamp Donkey there, a little bit too far away to follow. Weevil, though, gonna be the first man as Shavin throws this one on target. Swamp Donkey, great touch off the backboard, even gets a demo for Rizzard's effort here. As we see demo again from Weevil, potential counterattack as a 3v1. Ren just trying to buy time for his teammates to spawn, and he does with a minute left. Again, Cooked just keep knocking on the door for this third goal.
Demos galore here on this KAWAII Leonard team, as we see a little bit of an awkward backflip flick coming from Ren. Weevil trying to put it mid, gets a good touch. Swamp Donkey trying to get the shot on target, unable to make contact as well as Ren. They kind of, oh my God, why can't I talk? They needed that clear. As we see another demo, this time on Rizzer. As we see Weevil diving towards the ball. Demos galore here, as we see Ren able to knock the ball away from their goal. As we see Rizzer towards mid, a great shot from Weevil, just wide. As we see another great shot that's just gonna ring off the crossbar right into this KAWAII Leonard net.
What a ridiculous play. Weevil off the crossbar in the post. Rizzer off one, off two, and somehow bumping Ren, not allowing Ren to get around that ball. And 30 seconds left of 3-0 is Cooked. And again, it is a dominating performance. KAWAII Leonard, again, every time it pans to them, they have 0 boost and just can't seem to get anything going their way. And insult to injury comes through here. Cooked. I think it's getting close to the 3-0 prediction like you called.
Yeah, Cooked is certainly taking up on their namesake, and they seem to be cooking here in game number 2. 4-0. KAWAII Leonard has yet to respond. We are in that 4-minute mark where they responded last time. Maybe they can get something happening, and that's going to be awkward. Not quite on target, as we see Weevil trying to keep the pressure alive, trying to get another one. Trying to get another one home, as we see Swamp Donkey with an absolutely free shot, able to get the score 5-0.
I would like to change my prediction here. This is a little rough, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting KAWAII Leonard. I know they are sitting 2-4 in the standings right now, but I'm just expecting them to put up more than 1 goal in 10 minutes of gameplay, especially with Ren on this squad, with how fast around the field we see them going. It's close. Again, the chances, the golden opportunities, they just can't find one for the road. Penn maybe, but even that isn't gonna go in. Cooked, looking to get a sweep.
Yeah, something needs to change if you're Kawhi Leonard. Obviously the original game plan they came with isn't necessarily working. One thing I would like to say though is that the speed of play in terms of Cooked versus Kawhi Leonard is 100% on this Cooked team.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here, right? I was not expecting this to be so dominant here. We see Kawhi Leonard getting 6 shots on goal, 2 apiece, but utter domination with 13 shots from Cooked, again, putting in 5, and then Rizzer, of course, with 4 saves on top of that. My man is putting in work that game, dropping almost 800 points.
Rizzer certainly is putting in overtime there, but you can't deny that his teammates have also been a driving factor in terms of this Cooked domination, as we see an early demo coming from Shavin, an unfortunate whiff coming from Penn, as we see Weevil trying to get this little bit of soul play action, gets denied by Shavin. That is a great touch coming from, a great pinch actually coming from Rizzer. I'm really hoping to see a goal coming from Kawhi Leonard within this first minute, but that's probably not going to happen because they just seem to be so, as you said, this Cook team seems to be so dominated, but we might be able to see something happen. Shavin able to get over 1. Penn with the shot. Wow. I'm just manifesting this. That is a great shot coming from Penn.
Sometimes that's how it has to happen. You see Weevil challenging early, and Eric with 0 boost, not able to get up with that one. And then we see Penn with a great stretch of that car with a lot of anime decals going on here. Kawhi Leonard, for the first time in this series, actually have a lead. Question is, what happens next and how long before Cook just toss the ball in the net? There you go, 7 seconds.
That is not something you want to see if you're a Kawhi Leonard fan. The response time for this equalizer goal is absolutely insane coming from Cooked here, as we see 1-1 here in game number 3. They need to, whatever they did to get that early lead there, they need to do that again. As you see Ren trying to dunk Rizzer. Rizzer with a great touch mid. Can he get a shot? Yes, he can. Passes it mid towards Weevil. Not quite on target. Penn caught out with 0 boost though. Gets bumped away by Rizzer, as we see Swamp Donkey trying to get the touch mid. That is a great 50 mid, but Penn is going to be getting a crucial demo here on Weevil.
Demo does come through as we see a ball just thrown away. Rizzer throwing it right back as Weevil, again, doing really good job. I have to give mad props to Weevil. Seriously, him as a first man right now, absolutely does not hold back, doesn't think for more than a millisecond, just go, 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 and really allows his teammates behind him to have enough time to see where it's going to 50 and really just kind of prepare themselves on defense. And I think that's one of the biggest differences that Kawhi Leonard doesn't have, is they don't have that designated first man to just turn your brain off and monkey.
Yeah, I know for a fact that that Shavin is more than capable of that, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of him. He seems to be stuck in that second man role, trying to clean up for whatever plays that Ren's trying to play. As we see a shot opportunity coming from Weevil.
Oh, it's so good.
They're just caught in net. No one putting a hand up, and it's just a field day for Weevil.
Yeah, you see Shavin and Penn, or Shavin and Penn in the goal. Again, someone has to throw a hand up. They cannot both sit, especially when Weevil, with his shooting and how good, like I said, he's been as that first man and that cleanup. Weevil is making it look easy around the field, and Cooked, again, didn't take him too long to get 2 goals back to back to back. And Kawhi Leonard, again, as soon as they got a lead, they lost it. Now, they still got over half the game to go. There's so much time left, but again, mentally, I think Kawhi Leonard desperately need a goal in the next 30 seconds.
That could be a great, clear opportunity, as you see Rizzer trying to get a shot opportunity. That's a very awkward pinch coming from Shavin and Swamp Donkey. Awkward goal, a little bit of a floater off the post, as we see Penn with the cleanup with this equalizer goal. Oh my god, welcome to the game, Kawhi Leonard.
How did that get through all 3 defenders of Cooked? We will never know, but I don't think Penn is going to care, as we see Kawhi Leonard getting their tying goal here just over halfway through. And again, the glimpses of hope are starting to come in. Again, Kawhi Leonard need to reverse sweep just to get the win here. They got their backs against the wall. I mean, they can do it. They have beaten this Cooked squad before, but they need to really clean it up on defense and figure out their rotation.
For sure, for sure. A little under half a game played here, but that is a lot of game in terms of Rocket League time. As we see Ren trying to get the shot on target, cleared away by Risser. That is a great pass out mid coming from Risser here. As we see a great clear. That's just going to float right in.
All right, well, I guess that's all you have to do. We see Penn, again, just kind of throws it away. We see Penn, and everyone was just in awkward spots here. Chevin, a little bit of no man's land, but again, throwing the ball away for really no reason. And I am going to kind of blame Penn on that one, right? It needs to be a controlled touch. Go for 50, buy some time for your teammates. You cannot afford to throw the ball away with how consistent Cook's shooting is right now.
Yeah, especially when you're throwing that ball directly towards Risser. You know for a fact that he's going to try to take a shot here. As we see a great flick coming from Weevil, denied by Ren. As we see Ren, that is an unfortunate flip. Is anyone there from Cook to seal the deal? No, denied by Shavin. As we see Eric getting bumped for his troubles. Well, that's a great pass out mid. It could be a shot on target. Ren able to make the miracle save. As we see Weevil, not enough boost, not a whole lot to get that shot on target. As we see Shavin taking his time, denied by Risser, but Penn also taking this time. 0 boost, gets that corner. Can we see a good play coming from him? No, we can't.
Like, look at that. Risser is up so quickly. They're not allowing any time for KAWAII Leonard just to even get offensive going here. It's just go, go, go. They're always having that first man go, especially with Risser and Weevil. They do such a good job. Even up for this one, they're not allowing any offense here. Now we see Ren back, but again, instant challenges coming through, and I really just, it's the speed of play, and this ball might drop, and it does. Sometimes the Rocket League gods just smile on you for Cooked, but again, the speed of play and the lack of boost, KAWAII Leonard, they just can't seem to get anything right.
Yeah, I can see the intentions there coming from Penn, trying to get that demo mid to deny the touch, but I don't think he accounted for that third man to just rip a shot on target. There is a little over a minute left of Rocket League. You're down 2 goals. Something needs to happen if you're KAWAII Leonard. You need to be ripping shots. You need to be doing something. You need to be playing faster than this Cook team. As we see Penn, low boost again, trying to make something happen. As we see a shot attempt coming from Swamp Donkey, cleared away by Shavin.
And here, good clear from Risser. Time is winding down here. Penn now trying to find one for the road. We see Risser. Again, just buying time. We might see a bump here. Awkward. This might be 1-4 for Weevil. This one is off, but still goes to the corner. Still in a dangerous spot. Weevil again trying shot after shot. He will not leave this orange half.
Shot opportunity coming from Penn. No, just off the crossbar, but Ren able to clean it up. Penn just seems to be the carry for this KAWAII Leonard team.
Yeah, finally get another one again with 25 seconds left. It really does seem to be kind of garbage time is when KAWAII Leonard does come alive, but again, they cannot do this with their backs against the wall. They are 25 seconds away from getting swept out of the series, and their regular season is going to be done.
Oh no. You can't let Risser on with the ball for more than 3 seconds. That is a great pass mid coming from Eric. A little bit of an awkward touch there, puts it just over Ren's camera. I know for a fact his camera is awkward. Risser's just able to seal the deal. At this point, I think this 19 seconds is just a formality.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get one to close out their regular season. Again, both these teams' regular season is going to come to a close in about 10 seconds, and it is going to fall Cook's way. This was a 0-second miracle, but Ren not able to find that one, and Cooked does get revenge on this KAWAII Leonard squad for beating them 3-1. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to finish off with a 3-0 sweep.
That 6 goal is just an icing from the cake. Instant leaves coming from Penn and Ren. You know that this game definitely upset them, and it did not go the way that they wanted.
I don't think this went the way either team thought this was going to go. That seemed like a pretty free 3-0 as we see Risser dancing in cam, which I love to see that we actually have a Risser cam. It is a few and far between. And Weevil, my God, dude, 700 points here. This man is just putting in work. This is ridiculous.
Absolutely insane, especially coming from, is he the third man or is he the second man?
Weevil?
Yes.
I believe he's the third man. I don't really know, but my God, he seems like he could almost be the first man with that performance.
Yeah, exactly. Took the words out of my mouth.
All right, let's see if these boys are ready to be brought in here. Nope, not yet. All right, I guess we'll just have to wait in the waiting room then. But they're making their way.
They obviously do not want to talk to us. Oh, there's Weevil. Len's Law, not his name.
Yeah, I'm telling you, everyone wants to change their names in here. It makes it so difficult. I don't even know what your name is. I don't even want to try to pronounce that one. But regardless, we've got all the boys in here. And congratulations on A, getting a sweep, but B, getting some revenge. I gotta ask, Eric, how does the revenge feel on this one?
I have brain fog today. I couldn't tell you. I was saying dumb shit the entire series. Apologies for the language.
That's very on brand for you. I'm not gonna lie. But,
Hey.
Regardless, okay, Weevil, I have to ask you on this one, right? So we were talking as we were casting, you being so quick as that first man, just it seemed like you had no hesitation at all, so quick around the field. How do you try to figure out where you fit in with the squad and just, for lack of better terms, successfully monkey in this division?
If I can't lie, in our ranked games before this, I was playing super passively, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I just got to play more aggressive. And like, it was literally 5 minutes before the match started, and then I don't know where it came from, so I was feeling super cold and was missing a lot of easy touches. So luck.
Fair enough. Well, Rizzer, we had a cam, and then it died.
Yep.
So
I got a FaceTime, and I had to decline it. I had to decline it. So
there you go, a likely story. All right, so obviously, we were kind of talking in the background after this one. You versus Ren, the two crazy, ridiculous, fast, kind of freestyle background players. How do you deal with someone who plays pretty similarly to yourself?
just thinking of what I would do and just like how hatred of a person to pre-jump everything, so I just pre-jumped everything. I hate playing against people that pre-jump, and I just played that role and it just shut them out. So it had to be done.
I think you nailed it. So then, now that your regular season has come to a close, right? You guys are finishing 5-3 on the season, which will probably put you in 3rd or 4th. I think it's gonna be 4th seed. But I would say pretty successful. Obviously, you guys have playoffs coming up. But Eric, calling you out 2% here. Obviously, in the beginning of the season, trying to figure out how to play with this team, doing some VOD review and everything. What do you think was the biggest change that you made, or you guys as a team made, to end, doing a pretty solid season, ending in 3rd seed, 4th seed?
I mean, the whole thing is just don't tilt. That's it. Me and Risser, historically don't do well in that. That's it. Just don't tilt.
There you go. So you don't tilt, Rizzer don't tilt, and Weevil play aggressive, and then it's just GG. Simple. So fair enough. So I have to ask last question, then Cosmic. I promise I will let you talk.
No,
if you guys
I'm
get
still
to
trying to think of one.
if you guys got to pick who you play in playoffs of the bottom, 4 seeds, is there anyone specific that you are hoping you get to draft?
Nah, it's a sweep regardless. I'm not worried.
Fair enough. Cosmic, it's your turn, bud. You've had lots of time to think.
Oh, great. Swamp Donkey. What was it like just being that 3rd man and watching Risser and Weevil absolutely dominate during those 3 games?
I don't think a single person noticed, but during their 0-second goal game 3, I was mid shotgun. So that's what it feels like. I did nothing.
Yeah, you really didn't have to. They kind of carried you. I'm not gonna lie. Weevil dropping like 800 points that last game and 4 goals was kind of ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna complain. I think you guys have a very, very fun team to watch. And again, going into playoffs, you guys get a little bit of break, and then we'll see if you guys can make land here. But either way, boys, congratulations on a sweep to end off your regular season, and best of luck going into playoffs. And we'll hopefully see you guys at LAN.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We'll kick these guys out of here then.
No.
And I know. It's a tough one. But as we are getting ready for our next match, then after we see Cooked take down KAWAII Leonard in a 3-0 sweep, and Cosmic, I'm kind of curious. I know you said 3-0 sweep, but were you expecting the 3-0 that dominant?
So my only reason why I said a 3-0 sweep was due to their performance last night against Los Jefes. I think they also got swept as well. I'm actually not too sure on the series score. I just know that Los Jefes, just like Cook, dominated this Kawhi Leonard team. So I knew that the mental was probably gonna be non-existent.
Fair enough. I like to see it. So, but ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna do it. I was, like I said, I was kind of expecting a little bit of a longer series. They're wrapping up in 30 minutes. I mean, this is what it is. But Cosmic, one and done for you. We've got 2 more series on the night. I am curious then, because obviously you are, in Div B as well. The next 2 matches that we have, I'll at least pull up one of them. You guys, a little teaser on this one is we've got Thick of It versus Untouchables. Who do you predict before we go to a break real quick?
Honestly, that is very tough. Thick of It, they are a very calculated team, and you just can't really bang the ball as hard as you would want to. You kind of are more or less forced to make those solo plays. But Untouchables are a very aggressive team. They'll look for those demos. They'll go on your own half, just the demo, when the ball is on theirs. Which, mind you, like, I don't know what the thought process is behind that, but at the end of the day, they're very aggressive. I can see it going either way, but I'm gonna root for my boy Izord. I think Thick of It can take that series, but it's going to be a tough fought series. 3-2 Thick of It.
All right, I like it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for our first game. Our first Div A game is done. We've got back-to-back Div Bs to end off the night. We're going to go to a short intermission and come back and have another match for you guys. So do not go too far. We'll be back pretty soon.
Adios, chat.
I should've known wasn't your fault, don't even matter. I wasn't thinking clear, trying to take it there. Scared to lose it all, I won't stand a chance. And I don't wanna fake it. What if I can't walk away?
Dave.
He's slow down midfield. Raptor gonna take control, leaving it for MJ. MJ with a double tap opportunity, and he gets it! MJ!
Trying to find another touch here, gets it around for Chance. Ren gets another touch around Remzik. Maybe one man back. A good slam from Samuel, an insane redirect.
And go time, popping it up. Is anyone there? Supper challenges. Supper with a miss. Just Eli back. Dickey, getting it over top. And Low Ballers take the DIV Grand Final. Give it up for Low Ballers.
Cosmic slowly going towards the backboard as it pops over everyone and Bone's able to get a shot off here. No, he's not getting the touch. And Cosmic with the boost that he needs, popping it over and it's straight center.
Let's give it up for your Division D champions, Ball Chasers.
Try to get that one. Raptor, he's gonna try to get a 50, not able to. Jive, he's gonna beat Izor. He's gonna turn on this one. And Unlimited Aura is going to Brazil.
Give it up for your DivC champions, Rising Star.
Almost. So next goal might be right here. Red Wizard followed by Squillium. And 12 seconds left on the clock. Your Division B champions, Honey Nut.
No one's actually challenging. He was able to get that boost for free. We needed someone from Super Service to go early, as this one does drop down. Ceiling shot is gonna be there, and Remzik doing what he does best.
And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Division A champion, Acrobatic Aura.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had a lot of fun with the winners interview of Cooked, so I decided I'll just snag one of these guys. I was going to try to get Rizzer, but then, you know, the cam broke, blah, blah, blah. He had to take a FaceTime call, so he couldn't hop on. So I got Swamp, which is, you know, I'll take it, close second. But yeah, we get to have fun with this next one. We get a Div B match. We were talking on the back end. This has so many implications. This match and the next match, it is ridiculous. I'm just going to jump right to the stats just so I can show you guys. It is ridiculous. These top 5 teams all have 6 wins, and we're going to see Straw Hats, Untouchables, and Fikavit playing on stream tonight. So Eric, try to just break down what the heck these games mean.
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously looking at the 3 and 4 seed here, and they are fighting to go either up to guaranteed 2 or falling down to, I think, guaranteed 4th place. So it's a pretty big jump. I mean, you either get to pick your team with only one team gone, or you essentially, if you're the 4 seed, you're pretty much just given who you're given. You don't actually get a choice. You just get probably the 5th seed, maybe the 6th.
Yeah, the fact that you can go from 1 to 5 is crazy, dude. Like that's just ridiculous. You talk about screwing the season over, just, you know, with the draft and how it can be. This is the biggest game of
sure.
It's gonna be ridiculous. So, yes, Shark, I will say it is a K2 stream. I know it's been a while. Your boy has been traveling to God knows where, but we're back finally. But regardless, like you mentioned, Eric, we have some crazy matches here tonight. So just attempting to break down some stats here, right? So we've got Straw Hats are the only thing they're leading in is demos, and then you got Untouchables, who, looking at the predictions right now, nobody has any faith in the team that has the most goals, the best shooting percentage, the most assists, goals against, and shots against. I don't understand. They're so dominant in stats, and no one has any faith in them. So I lied, Eric. I'm going with Untouchables for my predictions right now. I'm just gonna put my money on them and go for it right there.
Looking at the stats, it I could very much see it. I mean, although typically for getting demoed, red is bad. For goals against and shots against, it's good. They have the least goals and shots allowed and the most goals with the best shooting percentage. They are dominant when it comes to goal differential, and they're going against Fikavit, who is leading in nothing. Not a singular stat they are leading in.
Yet they're both 6 and 2, and that's all that matters. So if we actually break these teams down a little bit, we got this untouchable squad, right? With Aquamaniac, Xander, and Jive. And the only thing we do see anyone leading in is Jive in that shooting percentage, which is ridiculous, 45%. And then you also have Xander with a 38. Like, this team, you talk about the shots, right? It's like, yeah, they aren't leading in their shots, but they're shooting so well. So they are getting their chances and they are putting them in the back of the net. So this team, again, of untouchables, you've got people who have been so consistently stuck into a rotational game, especially like Aquamaniac and Jive. Just, it is built into this UJ squad, especially with Xander. Just, it's all about rotation. It's all about rotation. Take your chances and slot.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the shooting percentage is crazy. I don't personally like the shooting percentage stat, but I mean, when all three have, like, Aquamaniac shooting percentage is good. It's better than mine, but he's the worst on the team by far in that factor. That just proves how good they are when it comes to their accuracy. I mean, everyone is hovering around about a goal and a little over half an assist a game. That's very good. I mean, there's a reason they're leading the league for their team in goals and assists per game. I have nothing bad to say about these guys. All three are very good players.
It's going to be interesting what happens here. And if we jump up to the other one, which is Thick of It, right? And obviously you've got your, your roommate in this one, which is always fun, I will say. See if you guys can get back-to-back wins. But yeah, this is such a team-oriented game, right, of the Thick of It. And I remember casting the first couple weeks thinking that, oh my God, these guys are actually just going to destroy everyone. GG, good luck, anyone. You can have fun fighting for second place. And I was kind of right, because they can absolutely win and get that first place, right? They can win and get first here. But like we mentioned, they also can lose and drop down to fifth. And the difference the implications they could have in playoffs is ridiculous. So again, predictions are up right now. They're going to be open up for 2 more minutes. You guys, so make sure you're getting your predictions in, and hopefully we'll be starting in just a couple more minutes as well. Hopefully we can get games going a little earlier tonight. So get your predictions in. I know I already mentioned, but I am going to be putting my money on Untouchables here. I know Thick of It, stat-wise, again, they're so similar, but I really do think if I pull Untouchables back up, the fact that Jive and Xander have been so solid with making sure they get the goals to the back of the net with the shooting percentage, and then Aquamaniac being so speedy and so rotationally sound, being under that whip of Marty for like 3 years, I think they got to lock down on rotations. But Thick of It, tell me why they're going to win here. Floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 words, kinda super dubs. He is a menace on the pitch. I mean, his stats, when you look at him, it's like, yeah, they're fine. But he is so hard to play against. If you've ever played him in Sixers, even if you're like even like a Div captain, he causes you issues on that field. He is so hard to play against, and even though his stats don't show it, he is the reason they're 6-2 in my mind.
That's very fair. Hard to argue with that one. I will say it's kind of interesting. Like I said, I'm looking at the stats, and they're so similar across the board in terms of almost everything. Like they're such team oriented, which I'm actually kind of surprised, because I thought Super Dubs is, in my opinion, on paper, he's a step above, right? Baba Ganoush and Isard. He is, right? And skill and speed and everything, but the stats don't support it. Like you look at like your team, for example, with Rizzer and like with Ren, the stats are clearly above the second and third man. So it's interesting that for Div B here, we aren't seeing kind of a quote unquote superstar at the top. And I think a lot of it is, Div A, there's a little more of a rank discrepancy versus Div B, everyone is much more smushed together.
Yeah, I mean, Dubs is C3 GC1, Izord is C3, and he's hit GC1 in 3. Like they're the same rank essentially. And first or third man, but there's a reason everyone has good stats in the division. There's a reason it's so competitive at the top.
Yep,
it's everyone is C3 or has been C3, even GC.
Yeah, I see Aqua and those guys are in ranked right now. They're up 5-1 right now with a minute 45. Maybe if you just go up 7-1 and get them to forfeit already,
Brazil, bro.
We could get this game going. Okay, I get this game going
in
here,
their defense, it's only 856. So I think they're okay.
Regard, you gotta start early, right? If your ass didn't, 3-0 sweep, we wouldn't have this problem, right? I could have gotten things on time.
Whoa.
Yeah. Supposed to give me content.
I was trying to sell, but Weevil would not allow it. Like I couldn't help it, dude.
No, I gotta respect it. Weevil was MVP in that situation, in that match review. I'm not gonna lie.
His shooting percentage was.
I know it was ridiculous, but regardless, I am curious. If anyone kind of in chat, curious what they think. Obviously not Aqua, not Bobby, you guys are a little biased, but anyone else, I'm kind of curious your predictions on this one. Like I said,
no,
I am going with a game 5. I think these teams are going to be so stupidly close. I mean, it really is the battle for the 1 seed, right? Like depending on 3-0 sweeps and how everything could work out, excuse me, with game win percentage, because on paper right now, Straw Hats and Sloppy Dogs have a higher game percentage than Untouchables. But Untouchables have a much higher spot than Fikavit. So depending how it's going to work out, the only shot Fikavit have is a 3-0 sweep to get number 1. But if Untouchables win, honestly, I think if they just win in general, they've locked in number 1. I think that's how that works. Depending on Straw, there's you're right. There's too much to figure out. There's too much to figure out with stats.
You're a little bit backwards. Fikavit needs a win and Straw Hats to lose. That's what they need. They can't, like, even if Fikavit sweeps and Straw Hat wins in 5, it's not enough. Fikavit needs to win, Straw Hats needs to lose. Untouchables just needs to win by a greater margin than Straw Hats. Like if Straw Hats, or sorry, if Untouchables win in 4, Straw Hats have to win in 5 to fall, even with the win. So if Untouchables sweeps, they're forcing Straw Hat to sweep, I believe, in the series right after this on stream.
Yeah, that is true. That's got to be a fun one too. You talk about pressure. Straw Hats just seeing this game, praying to God.
They'll be watching.
They are. I can tell you right now, Straw Hats are the #1 Fikavit fans. They would love for this
at
to
Yellow
go
Dog is
to 5
a thing that you can do right now.
And Fikavit win. Yeah, I know Yellow's in chat. We'll have to see if he's a little nervous for this one. Yeah, we got quite a few people watching. I know Cosmic's watching as well. Yeah, so there's a lot riding on this one. Like I said, we will get to that match when we get to it. Again, predictions have closed pretty 50-50, honestly. Fikavit and Untouchables, we got 54% in favor of Fikavit. So I like to see the stats. I like to see it going. We finally do have everyone and in the party. Let me just make sure that everyone is ready.
So yeah, you said your prediction is Untouchables in 5, correct?
I do have Untouchables in 5. Correct.
All right, I'm going Fikavit in 4. I'm gonna go a little bit away from you. I'm gonna say Fikavit in 4. I gotta support the homie, the roommate. I could like make his palms bad by just like throwing something down the stairs.
No, that's fair. I will say, I can tell you right now in chat, it looks like Baba was
so
Baba tried to manually forfeit Aqua's game because they're in the lab together. Dude, there's so many UJ guys in the lab. Like, it's ridiculous. This is just an NDSU versus UJ battle. I do apologize for the delay. We're just waiting people to get water, get in the party, everything. They're a little slow, but we're going to start pretty much right at 9 o'clock, which is the goal of what we're doing here. And again, we've got another match after this, which is going to be the last match of, I think, like Div B total. I don't know how assisted
it's the
living,
last one that matters.
I don't know how assisted living have. Okay, never mind. I was going to say everyone's. Yeah, there's a couple more matches that need to happen here.
Because they have that ASAP game, that's why they have 9.
That's what I was saying. I was just trying to.
So Wannabes is playing, I believe, Dog Nappers, and then Whiff City plays Straw Hats. I think.
Hey, Div A Wannabes, one more chance to get a win, to not go 0-9 on the season. That's the goal, right?
Oof, they got it. I believe in them. Dubs is ready.
All right, looks like everyone is ready to go then.
Well, before hopping into this, do you have like a player that you think everyone should be like looking out for from in the audience or on stream? Is there one person you think they gotta keep an eye on?
It's this man right here. It's that Jive. That with that 45% shooting. That is what I'm looking at, dude.
That's a good pick. I like that. I like that pick. It's really easy just to go with the Dubs pick. But dude, Jive is a great personal. Just like watch his positioning, watch what he's doing. I mean, it would be good content.
That. All right, let us get into it, ladies and gentlemen. God, I love this overlay. I miss streaming so much. I'm not gonna lie, but this, like I said, is such a massive game. I am going to quickly make sure to fix the records because they are both sitting at 6-2, and winner goes to 7-2, and the losers, like I said, they could drop down to 3rd seed, 4th seed, 5th seed. Who knows? We'll have to figure out all the stats later. I know Coop is already like rock hard, ready to go and attack all these stats once these games come in. But we will have to wait till later tonight to figure out who in Div B is going 1 through 5. I can tell you right now, Aquamanic is starting with an open net, and that is going to be it. Xander reading the backboard, and great pressure from Untouchables.
I mean, this team has a combined 0 boost right now. I don't think. Okay, Baba is 12. They have a combined 12 boost. I mean, they got boost starved masterclass from Untouchables there, and I mean, they find the goal early in game 1.
Finding a goal early, I think, is key. Well, especially we saw it like in the game that just happened for Div A. Getting that early goal just to kind of relieve a little bit of pressure and to give you the freedom to be as aggressive as you want is massive, especially in game one, because a lot of times it is a feeler game. Try to figure out the play style and dissect it live, but when you already have a lead, it does give you the freedom to be a little more carefree with maybe risky challenges.
Yeah. Ooh, dangerous shot by Xander, but Dubs is there for the save. Yeah, following up on what you were saying, I mean, yeah, the game one is, in my opinion, the most important.
Ooh, this is open.
This pass to Baba, to the backboard, Izord up the back, not able to find the shot.
You saw how dangerous this was, though. Back-to-back chances. These are free chances for Fikivit on the counter, and again, on a great pass mid. This one's still open. Ooh. They have now had 3 golden opportunities in the first minute and a half, and Fikivit walks away with 0.
Oh, this could be dangerous. Aquamaniac going for the pass, but Isaac was there for the interception. Xander with the touch up field to Dubs. He gets cut off by Babakanoosh with a very nice touch by Jive. Trying to get one touch center, gets around one, Dubs with a 50. And Aquamaniac finds one. This could be dangerous. Xander with a shot, but he gets 50 very well by, I believe, Babakanoosh.
Ooh, chance mid. Aqua gonna be leaving this one for Xander. Takes his time, doesn't get it around one. A quick shot from Super Dubs. A little tricky here as Baba 1v1 versus Jive. I know he's my player to watch here as this one is going to bounce mid. A little bit of an awkward cluster. The ball floats down. Xander coming from such an awkward angle, not able to wrap his car around that one.
Yeah, I mean, we're just about halfway into this game one. There's been so many double commits by this team, but they find one. Izord shutting me up and equalizing.
Where is this coming from? Jive is back and Aquamaniac. Aquamaniac just straight up slow to the ball. That's all it was. Izord dusted him.
I started talking. I didn't see a threat. I thought I was free to yap for a
I don't
sec,
think
but
Aqua
no,
did either,
Izord.
and then realized a little too late that Izord, again, just no hesitation going early here. Potential this ball is going to rainbow down or waterfall down, but Xander, what a ridiculous touch. That might be going off the ceiling in an awkward spot as well. Aquamaniac with a miss. We see Xander and him in the net. Jive passing it mid to nobody. And then touch of balls, not able to put this one in. This is going to bounce crazy. We're seeing just a hectic game one here.
Yeah, kind of Super Dubs trying to make some magic happen in the corner, but Jive is there. Izord getting a 50 over to Babakanoosh, who passes it up to his teammate and follows it himself as well. Kind of weird challenge with no boost, but he's able to steal their back boost. Those boost steals can be very helpful for your pressure. Dubs trying to get a touchdown field, and he does. Aquamaniac went to the sidewall, but Babakanoosh can't find it. This could be dangerous. Dubs is last one with no boost, but he's able to pick up the corner. No, he doesn't. He missed the corner boost, but Babakanoosh is there for the clear. Xander keeps it in play. Dubs still doesn't have boost, and he gets dunked by Xander with his second goal of the game.
Doesn't matter if you have boost at all. Xander, again, off the corner. He's got 40. Just trying to get a little awkward pre-flip. I don't even know if he touched that really a second time. Kind of Super Dubs just tossed that one into the upper corner. A little awkward on 0 and untouchables out of nothing. Finds themselves up 2-1 with a minute 40 left. And again, pressure is on the side of Fikivit here as we're seeing an early touch from Aquamaniac. Xander, can he get a shot? This should be a wide open net, and it is, and that is going to make it 3.
The defense of Fikivit is crumbling in game one. They just look so awkward, and Xander with the hat trick in game one is capitalizing so well. I mean, just great play from him to be able to break down that defense.
Great play from him indeed. We're going to see if we see Fikivit. They have plenty of time to respond. They had some good chances here, and again, they had 3 great opportunities earlier here. Is kind of going to be going up early. Dubs not able to find the touch here. Time does keep on ticking down. Jive playing a low 50-50. Thank you. That makes me so happy. Too many players try to just boom the ball away with 0, but instead taking a low 50, pinches it all the way to the other side of the field and allows his teammates to recover and get boost. Please,
you're preaching to the choir about those low 50s.
Please, more low divs. Go for these low 50s when you're on 0 boost. Your teammates will thank you.
Izord trying to go for a pinch, but Aquamaniac is there with the shutdown. Babakanoosh gets balled a bit, but kind of Super Dubs is there to bail him out. Aquamaniac with a great challenge. That might just be in, but Izord is there. Xander putting some pressure on, but it's kind of awkward. Babakanoosh gets it around him, and this ball is going to kind of go center. Upfield, too. This could be dangerous. Aquamaniac awkward on the back wall. He's going to throw it center, and the bump. Kind of Super Dubs. Can't find the goal. Post to post. Unfortunate bounces.
Baba Ganoush coming in. Double commit does happen. Aquamaniac is low. So is Xander. Jive down on the effort. This might be a free open net. Can he get back in time? Maybe a fake. Tries to just push his way through, and Jive actually helping out his teammates. And this is ugly as anyone coming in. Izord off the ceiling. Anyone. The ball is free, but a poor shot comes in. And finally it falls. But my God, did Fikavit make it way harder than it needed to be.
They've just been so awkward in this game one. They've had so many great chances to put these goals away, but they just can't do it. They finally get it there, but it might be too little too late with 8 seconds left. The game is never over, but with 8 seconds, a miracle has to happen.
Miracles do need to happen indeed, and we're seeing again more low 50s. Super Dubs now with a chance on 0, but not able to keep it up. Game 1, that was a violent, volatile game 1.
Yeah, you know, the story of that game was just the awkwardness out of thick of it. I mean, Untouchables, their rotations just look so clean, and thick of it, just they couldn't find their groove. I think an immediate fix that they could do would be having Baba Ganoush be about 10% more aggressive and Izord be a tad less aggressive, because that seems to be where that awkwardness kind of settles in my mind. So, you know, maybe they'll pick up on it. Who knows? But either way, thick of it going down 1-0 in this series.
1-0 starting off. I will say, though, I think that is kind of a game 1, not necessarily nerves, but just really just trying to, okay, guys, let's get back into it. Let's play how we normally play, because that is not the thick of it team that I'm used to seeing. I mean, how many open opportunities did they have? Open passes, open just shots and rebounds that they just straight up whiffed. So I am expecting a massive bounce back from thick of it.
Yeah, you know, that we're looking at them this game. They need to come back strong if they want to take the series. Kind of Super Dubs with a nice touch, possible 50, but the ball is going up in the corner. Xander able to get one past Baba, but Izord has a pretty easy clutch in the corner. Trying to get over Jive, but the brick wall finds the touch to stay on offense. But kind of Super Dubs finally able to relieve that pressure and pick up a boost. Baba Ganoush up to 1. Kind of Super Dubs the pass to Izord. Izord not quite ready for it. And Aquamaniac's going to find the clear.
Ooh, not the best touch mid, though. Jive does throw one downfield. A nice light touch from Super Dubs. Xander does go mid. Izord, nice and controlled. See a back pass with a little bit too much oomph behind it. Dive now. Forced to go in this. Well, the ball is mid. Baba, can he get a free shot? It does go to the corner. Great shot and pass from thick of it, but not finding the back of the net here. We see Jive now putting pressure on Izord. Izord off his own backboard. Little dangerous here, but still, first minute, we are seeing players really not afraid to just send the house.
Yeah, I've liked what we've seen from both teams so far. Izord throwing the ball center. It looks a lot more calm than it did last game, which is always a good thing to see. But kind of Super Dubs trying to get the ball down center, but Jive is able to collect, get a flick, but Baba is there. Xander going to keep it in play as third man. That might just go in. That's off the post. Xander can't find it. This is still dangerous, but Izord able to find the clear, and kind of Super Dubs able to relieve that pressure to Baba.
Yeah, that has to go in. You saw Untouchables, both defenders had 0 boosts combined. You cannot afford to miss those golden opportunities here. And think of it, like I mentioned, they've had these great opportunities. They're getting gifts on these golden platters, but they just, I don't know if they're just flopping in front of the pressure, but I mean, these chances have to connect.
Yeah, I mean, at some point it's going to find the net, but you need to do it before the series gets away from you. Kind of Super Dubs just kind of playing this third man role. He's had some very good clears so far, but I think he needs to get a bit on the offensive. He's a little too passive in my mind.
You say that, and that absolutely bullies everyone. Free shot here for Izord, but not getting the great pressure. Follow up from Baba Ganoush. That is going to go crossbar in. Finally, thick of it. Get a goal here.
This is what I like to see from Baba. He was far enough upfield where he was able to make that shot. I felt like last game he was always like just a tad too far back to be able to challenge that, but he picked up on it. And I mean, hey, that was a slot and a half. That's a beautiful shot.
That's what we were asking for. We were asking for them to be a little more aggressive with that third man, but again, also just hit your shots like we saw there. Baba had a free run up to that ball, and he absolutely delivered here. So now, as we do finally hit halfway through, Untouchables, the ones that they are now finding themselves down here. We see demos galore happening. Aqua trying to battle his way through to Jive. Should have a free touch here as this one bounced a little awkwardly, but kind of Super Dubs does throw this one to the wayside here. Xander opts not to take his time on this one. We are seeing Super Dubs. He's being so fast and aggressive, but just doesn't have that middleman to pass to, as we see Izor just a little bit too far back as third.
Yeah, Eyes were trying to go up after Baba Ganoush's touch, but this is a bit awkward in the corner for Dubs, and he's able to find one touch. This is still dangerous, though. Jive getting 50 by Dubs. Baba Ganoush going for the shot, kind of collects, he gets a 50 on Xander. This is dangerous, potentially, if Aquamaniac can't find the clear, but he does. Izor trying to get one center, but Xander beats out Dubs, and kind of awkward here for Jive, but Baba able to make it the touch. Izor can't find the clear. And this is still center. Oh my goodness. Baba Ganoush able finally to relieve that pressure.
Oh, I thought he was going to get the demo on one. Ended up getting a demo on a different player. Xander throws this one mid. Could be free here from Aqua. It's actually a shot on target. Little awkward. What a save from Izor. I thought he might have botched that save. All in for a second save. Jive now does commit. Aquamaniac does toss this one mid. We're seeing so many players going for the balls that realistically there's no chance of actually getting a shot on target.
And there were 4 people up for that ball. But Jive in the corner trying to collect. Aquamaniac getting a very good demo. So does Izor. But this might be open. Kind of Super Dubs is back, though. Maybe a fortunate spawn. Not too sure. But Xander has to make a shot, and he does. A little bit of a double commit. This could be dangerous. Xander not able to find it before Izor gets the clear. Jive keeping the pressure, even though this is bad. Baba Ganoush gets a little boost. Jive with the shot to Xander, who finds the shot, tying it up. 45 seconds left in this game 1.
That is just great rotation, great pressure. Baba Ganoush not getting the great touch here, and realistically, Jive probably should have tossed in the first one, but it all stemmed from a poor defensive touch from Baba, and he's going to be definitely wanting that one back with under a minute left to go here. And Touchable is doing a great job of always having his second man ready to go. Question is, can they get it done before overtime?
Yeah, you know, I think if this goes to OT, the defense has been pretty strong in this game, but we'll see here. Jive touch up to Aquamaniac, who can't find the boost steal. Izord, there are 2 overcommitted men with no boost. Xander is last back, but he's able to collect and get a very nice touch to the backboard and follow-up. This might be dangerous. That could be in with Aquamaniac. I did not see him. And, I mean, just really good pressure. Jive able to find the touch. Gets bumped for his efforts. Baba Ganoush trying to get a touch center. He's going to throw it out, get 50. Jive, unfortunately, just kind of hit right into him. And with 2 seconds left, is anything going to happen on 0 seconds? Dubs is going to put that ball down. We're in overtime,
super excited to see Jive. I've been asking for him. I was expecting him to kind of be the MVP, and I think we are going to see him get the overtime goal here. But I will say, though, Izord, he's made a couple of awkward mistakes on defense. I think this is going to be such a big momentum goal, and that was the chance for Jive. I was trying to manifest it, but again, just not able to find a good touch. We see double commit almost happening here. Aqua and Xander, little awkward Jive. 1v1 situation. Can he find the flick over one? He does get it over Izord, but good touch from Subpar. Xander. Super Dub, sorry. I always want to call him Subpar. Xander, though, is back. Again, we're seeing low boost here for Untouchables. This could be dangerous. Shot from Baba Ganoush, and that is going to be off the post, and oh, that one's going to hurt.
This is still dangerous. Dubs off the ceiling. He has his flip, and he can't find it. Xander with the own goal. Oh, no. Kinda Super Dubs with the shot off the ceiling finds the net with an unfortunate defensive touch.
So many things happened wrong. No one challenged when the ball was a foot off the ground. It somehow squirts through out the crossbar, drops down, and if you're Xander, there's nothing you can do in that situation. That one is gonna hurt, and somehow, thick of it, even though I don't think they deserved to win that one, they walk away with a tied series now.
I mean, they had the lead for half the game, but they did not have the pressure. I mean, the shots are pretty even, but it felt one-sided, but it went to OT, and just a unfortunate touch gave Thick of It the equalizer. Not much to say. It was a pretty clean game for the first minute or two, but it got really messy in the last couple minutes and OT. So,
all right,
not sure what to do about that.
All right.
Either way,
I'll throw this out there because I want to have some fun. If Untouchables do win it in 5, I'll toss 5 gifted subs. That's
ooh.
We'll see if they can make. We'll see if they can make it happen.
Keito wants to go on that date, even though he's not actually there.
That's what you think. That's y'all don't know what's happening here. Oh, if it's a if Super Dubs got that bump, that would have been a free net. Here is Jive now. Again, I was asking for him to come alive, and he has been very, very quiet so far this series. As this should be a free ball the other way. Is anyone able to get back in time? I don't think Jive has enough boost, and he doesn't. Baba, even with the little bit of the chef's kiss touch, Untouchable is just the overcommit and nobody having any boost to get back for this one. They're crumbling a little bit on defense here.
Yeah, that was not solid rotation from Untouchables there, but they'll figure it out. That's just the off opening kickoff. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Xander trying to get a bang, and he does. Izor's gonna try to get a good touch, and he gets one down mid, but that's kind of Aquamaniac. Dubs with the shot. What a clanger! Kind of Super Dubs with the slot. Oh my goodness.
Where did this power come from? The drop down from Izor, and then this man with an absolute piss missile. 142 kph, and this is a statement game. 30 seconds in, already up by 2. And again, winner does go on to match point.
You know, some people say the best defense is usually great offense, and that's what they're going with. Dubs trying to go for the ceiling shot. Cannot find it.
That ball started to waterfall down, and Xander got PTSD sitting on the goal line going, please don't no go, please don't no go, please don't no go.
2 demos. Aquamaniac's here alone. He's going to try to cook, but he gets a good 50. Xander to the backboard. That's going to go straight down probably. And a bit awkward for Jive. But Izord is going to be able to collect here in the corner. Gets it over Aquamaniac. Doesn't have any boost though, so this could be a pretty easy clear. Xander to Jive. Jive back down to Xander. No, he tries to go for the shot. And it's pretty good to the backboard. That's it. That's center. Jive cannot find the shot. Izord will hopefully get the clear here.
Hopefully is going to work out. Potentially this one bounces down. This actually might be going in for a split second. Baba is so incredibly awkward. Can Xander find the touch? Is anyone there? Aqua has to put it in. And again, Untouchables, they get these golden chances, but just, I think, not expecting Fikabit to make such a poor blunder on defense with how consistent they've been so far.
They've been consistent so far?
In game 3 here? Yes. Yes, they have.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, should preface that. Yes,
kind of
in game 3.
Kind of, the roles kind of switch. I mean, game 1 and 2, you saw Fikabit just get so many attempts, but here it's Untouchables that can't close out the goals. That might be a tad bit of an overcommit. Baba with an awkward touch. Jive could have a shot, but Dubs kind of comes in and bails him out. Jive with no boost, getting a pass up to Xander, gets the corner. Dubs is awkward. Izor doesn't know how to play it. He's able to find the jump over the bump and get the clear. Baba Kanoosh able to bang it downfield. Aquamaniac has to grab the boost. This could be dangerous. Izord able to find a touch, but there is a very nice save by Aquamaniac.
More demos happening. Xander, a little awkward here. Doesn't leave this one Aqua. Trying to force his way through, maybe get a bump on the goalie, but such good awareness from Super Dubs now. Turning on this one, leaves it for Izord. Does pop it mid. Who's up early? It is Izord following up. Actually, on that made it really awkward for Baba Kanoosh, but the goalie gets demoed to Izord. He misses his first touch and says, I'll just go kill the goalie. I mean, I'll take it.
Dude. This ground pinch, elite. So much power. Oh no, that's a fantastic demo. I mean, up 3-0, they're feeling themselves this game. They've seemed so solid for about 90% of this game, and it's refreshing after that game 1.
Refreshing indeed. And like we mentioned, demos were, we didn't really talk about that they weren't going to really play a big of a factor, right? Neither one of these teams were that crazy as far as the demo statistics, but they said we all want to get #1 in demos right now, and this has been a bloodbath for this series so far. Oh, that's a bad turn from Izor. This should be wide open, and this should find the back of the net, but no one was there. Like you mentioned, this keeps happening over and over. Untouchables, their second man and third man are being way too defensive right now. They cannot afford this, especially with how dominant the offensive Fikabit is, as they're looking to go up by 4 at this point. Fikabit, they cannot have any mistakes in offense. Whatever happens, they just throw bodies forward, and it seems to work for them.
Yeah, I mean, they need to find, Untouchables needs to find something now. Baba Kanoosh, not able to get over Jive. This could be awkward. Izord is back, though. Able to find a touch upfield. Dubs jumping here, and is able to get a touch over Xander.
Oh, no, not again.
Oh, no. Yeah, we both saw it. Izord getting one down, but Aquamaniac finds the clear. Dubs is there for the shot, though. Once again, Aquamaniac, just brick wall sometimes. He has really good 50s, I will say. But, Aquamaniac trying to find the touchdown field, but Dubs is able to beat him out. Xander not able to get Jive.
He's just throwing the ball away.
And that just goes in.
That's all that happens here. We talked about slowing it down for your teammates. Obviously, Xander wanted just to kind of boom this away, but neither one of his teammates are really in a good spot. Sometimes you just got to take that low 50. And I think this game, too, obviously, you just get out of your head. This is chalked for untouchables. Just wipe it from your memory and go back to the grind. Again, you still got to win 2 more games, obviously, but think of it. Again, they can just... I don't want to say that they've earned all 4 of these golds, but so many of it is, oh, really awkward touch from untouchables, and oh, that's a free clear or free touch, you know, open net, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're untouchables here, you should just be talking.
Please, you gotta put this in just one for the road just to get a little bit of confidence.
Jive finding that shot. Xander finding the shot.
Oh,
He's gonna
no.
go off. Oh, no. We were talking with this team leading in shooting percentage. Oh, no, the Castakers.
Yeah, this one's definitely gonna hurt as the crossbar. They are getting as many demos as crossbar hits right now is what it seems. As we are seeing a one, maybe just trying to find it, but yeah, with 15 seconds left, obviously game 2 is going to go heavily.
No.
Oh no! Aquamaniac, the head in the hand. That is 2 own goals back to back for Xander, and that has to hurt. There's nothing he can do. Hey, at least it's not in overtime this time. At least you're already down by 5 or 4 at that point with 10 seconds left. But untouchables, you have a lot to figure out going into game 4.
Here's my question. You're their coach. You're in their comms. What are you telling untouchables right now? What is your either words of motivation or words of wisdom as for what they need to change?
Boys, if you hit the crossbar again, I'm taking away any scholarships. Simple as that. They're getting these opportunities. I know it only shows that they have 4 shots, but they need their second man to be closer. Too many times that we have seen, first of all, it's boost management. I will say that Thickofit is doing a really good job of boost management. So untouchables, when they finally do have a chance to counter, they don't have their second or third man to actually be close enough to do anything. But also, it does come down to opportunities. As we have saw, there was 3 or 4 open net opportunities that untouchables had that they just could not close out. And they were closing it out in games 1 and part of game 2, but game 3, they had nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even the shots wise, Thickofit had 6 shots. They turned in 5. Apparently we got booted. You're right. But but you talk about shooting percentage. Thickofit, they went 5 for 6. You cannot allow that. You have to force them to make harder shots, or at least when they do get their shots, just put a hand up. Too many times they were just giving them these free clears from poor touches on defense.
Yeah, so your big words of wisdom is more aggressive second and third man.
More aggressive second and third man, and focus on your boost management.
I can't disagree with any of that. Those have been pretty bad these last couple games. This might be a good start. Izord able to find a touch. Might not have been in, but it looks like it was. The Dub is kind of floating behind it with no boost. Able to pick up the corner, but Baba able to find the shot. Baba! I did not think that was a
This
shot.
is a perfect example of how did you even have an opportunity here? This didn't look super threatening, but again, the boost management, Jive in net had 0.
I mean, you look at Jive's location, and not to call him out, but he was front post, kind of awkward, looking into the net, and it's so hard to defend when you're in that spot. I just gotta clean up a little bit, and they'll be a-okay. Either way, this series is far from over. Kind of super dubs, able to get the 50 on Aquamaniac. Eyes, we're gonna control this. I like that touch. Maybe a tad too high, but Xander's gonna get demoed for his efforts. Jive able to find around 1 and the touch center. Dubs not able to get a good 50. This might be open, but Aquamaniac.
Oh,
a little
boys?
bit of an awkward jump. This is still
Boys?
open. Oh my goodness. Izord able to find the touch. But just the pure awkwardness in both these teams' defense.
I think the nurse, that's one thing we haven't really talked about too. I think this is probably the most nervy Untouchables has been, right? I mean, realistically, Thickofit probably can't get first seed even with the win. But Untouchables, their number 1 seed is slipping away right in front of them. And they seemingly can't seem to do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, Dubs able to find the 1v1. Aquamaniac is a 100 boost. Very good shadow defense there. Yeah, I mean, Jive just trying to find a touch center. Dubs gets bumped. Xander not able to challenge, though. A little bit of a miss, though, unfortunately. Backing up is
that has to go. That's what I mean. You have to find the opportunities. They're coming. They're giving to you a golden opportunity, but they just can't seem to find it. And sometimes that is just how the cookie crumbles. But Fikivit. It's working for them, and I think Fikivit, they don't need to change anything.
No, no,
not again.
No, Jive. You know, shying away from that, we don't need to talk about it too much. But we were praising them game 1 for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes, but they just haven't been able to do it since game 1. I mean, there's been
that's what it comes down to. I mean,
so many defensive mistakes from both teams, but they're just not being capitalized on by Untouchables these last few games.
Aquamaniac now leaving this one for Jive. The double commit works out. This one's actually going to be on target. Xander, decent touch bid. It does bounce out, though. The bounce was not favorable to Untouchables. This ball does go off the backboard. Jive does have to try to read this one. I thought for a second that was going to be another own goal off the backboard here. Baba Kanoosh tries to drop this one mid. Jive does actually misses. I know he did get the boost. Aquamaniac, again, they're just trying to get any offense to happen here. I'm trying to figure out what exactly to talk about, but Untouchables, they just seem to be lost on the field.
Yeah, I mean, they just need some pressure. This is a great way to do it. Jive finding the shot off of a fantastic pass from Aquamaniac. And just like that, I mean, they're back in this with so much time left.
We've been waiting for Jive to come online, finally getting a goal in game 4 here, but there's still a lot of work to be done. And like you mentioned, finally getting a pass here from Aquamaniac. That's one thing too. Aqua has been super passive as that third man. And we might see a kickoff goal right here, and we do. And just like that, Untouchables tying up the lead.
Dude, they couldn't just have scored 1 second earlier. Like, come on, man. Let me be happy. Give me the Yahtzee, bro. Come on. No, yeah, just a great kickoff, actually. I mean, he bullied his way, and the cheat was perfect. Able to find that, and just like that, we're tied up in this game 4.
I don't think we were expecting that as much as we were kind of doubting the offense of Untouchables, and something out of the blue, like we said, we have a tie game, and suddenly we have another weird cluster happening. Aquamaniac again with 0, actually blocked Xander from going for that one. Izord now. Good save. Aqua shot off the backboard. I don't think Baba's reading this one. That was a free touch, but again, someone needs to be there for the follow-up.
I mean, I'm jumping for that Baba miss every single time. Not because I don't trust Baba, because that's such a hard read to get. I missed that ball more than half the time. Dub's not able to find the touch. Xander's kind of getting it for him, unfortunately. Izor getting a good touch upfield and pass one. Aquamaniac able to get a very good 50. And he's going to try to throw this down center to his team, but he's not able to find the touch. Jive able to get one upfield. Double commit on defense. Aquamaniac, if he can turn and shoot, not able to find a fast enough shot, though. Baba Kanoosh able to stay on this. He has a lot of space here. Getting it around 1, but Xander is able to get the 50 after his quick attempt. Izor going up the ceiling. He went for this so much last season, and I don't think it ever fell, and it doesn't here either.
Baba Kanoosh. It's going to be a little tricky here. It does get around 1. Bump does come in. Jive again. Just too many times Untouchables are having these really weak clears out of defense, as we're seeing Izord coming in, and again, weak clear comes in. Jive so awkward on the goal line with 0 boost, and they seem to not be able to just get it to the corner.
Yeah, they're not playing for powerful clears, which sometimes you just have to do when you have this much pressure on you. Xander should have one here, but he just doesn't flip into it, and Dubs keeps it center. This could be really dangerous if they run out of boost. Izord with the shot, not able to find it bottom left. And Xander needs to get this out, but he can't. It's going to go center, but there's nobody there. 0 boost for the entirety of Fikivit. Jive gets demoed. Aquamaniac, the shot on net. Izord able to find the touch.
It seems to be only a matter of time before Fikivit score with how much pressure they have had. And again, with overtime looming, 15 seconds is all it is going to take before we see potential overtime in game 4. Chance here off the corner. Aquamaniac just trying to get it mid. Counterattack potential, but again, a miss hit. Last second heroics for Fikivit. Baba Kanoosh, but couldn't find it. And overtime here, Fikivit, if they score, they will win the series. Untouchable just trying to force a game 5.
Yeah, Izord trying to go off that sidewall. Kind of super dubs, gets a touch center. Baba Kanoosh with a touch up. This could be dangerous, but a good touch from Xander. Izord with a very good fast challenge. He got up on that ball quickly. And he's going to stay on. That's a double commit and double miss. Triple commit, or not quite commit, but third man challenges. And Xander able to get that powerful clear out. Aquamaniac trying to throw it center, but it's just a touch too hard, and that is probably going to relieve this pressure unless Xander is able to get a 50 here. Aquamaniac with a shot on net. That's going to find it. We're going to game 5.
Game 5. Ladies and gentlemen, out of nothing, I didn't really think that there was a chance here. We see Izord with a horrific double commit in net. He sent Super Dubs to the moon, and Aquamaniac getting a free win there. And hey, they finally did capitalize on a defensive mistake of their opponent. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we do have Game 5. Question is, who is going to close it out? Again, if Untouchables win this, they can be #1 seed. There is so much pressure on these teams right here.
I mean, this series, we knew this would be a slugfest back and forth. We both had a 4 or 5 game series in our mind. And, I mean, going to 5 is not disappointing. The way we got here leaves a bit to be desired for this Game 5. But maybe they turn it around here. We never know. This could be the most amazing game of Rocket League we've ever seen.
I'm hoping so, because I'm not going to lie. This has been a very, very ugly series so far.
Yeah, you've had some unlucky rolls with your series so far this semester. You got like 4 sweeps in a row, I think, to start it.
Yeah, it was a little boring. I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully we're making up for here. Regardless, we have a Game 5 here, so I'm happy with that. After you guys got your sweep, Game 5 here, and hopefully another Game 5 after this one for the Straw Hats versus the Dog Nappers. But again, we will cross that bridge when we get there, because right now we're trying to see if Aquamaniac can solo dribble his way to victory here. Not going to happen here, as we see a potential chance off the ceiling. Awkward. Not the best clear from Izord, as we're going to see a jive, though. That is awkward. Aquamaniac has to come in again. And Aquamaniac, he's having to do a little bit more and more each game here. Oh, this has to go in. This has to go in.
What a shot.
Love to see that. Taking his time. You see Izord, he had to jump for that one. And with as much time as Izord bought his teammates, no one was back there. You see not a lot of boost for the Thick of It squad. And Untouchables, that is now 4 unanswered goals.
One more thing before we get too deep in this game. With this going to Game 5, Straw Hats has to win now, and they're the 1 seed. It does not matter how. No matter what happens here, Straw Hats wins. They are the 1 seed in the series right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Super Dubs, he's getting a good shot on target. Aquamaniac again. Aquamaniac being a little bit more of a monkey. That, I think, is what is driving this team, this squad, allowing him to just monkey around the field to go for some crazy touches, and then bump comes in. Baba could, I think he got pool shotted into that.
No, Izord hit this.
Yeah, Xander bumped Baba
into the position. That is so unfortunate. But, I mean, just very good for Baba to be able to recover and get that bump.
Yeah, you absolutely have to give him props for that one. To get bumped just to be an awkward situation to land and to have the wherewithal to instantly go for that demo or that bump on the goalie. And Jive, we might see this happen here. We see a triple commit happening here. Xander going up, trying to pop this one back mid. He should be off the back wall. Trying to go for the Doomsy. Oh, the chance was there. I think he stole that one from Aqua, though.
You gotta go for the clip, man. I wouldn't even be upset either way. Dubs in the corner, finding kind of an awkward touch. He was able to follow it up well. Not able to get the follow-up on that. But Baba Kanoosh able to find the 50 jive. Trying to throw something center. That might be in. Dubs with a very nice save. Arquito and Dubs double committing once again. It's so awkward on this thick of a defense. Baba Kanoosh needs a good 50 here, and he's able to find a jive. Finding a pretty weak shot on net, and that should relieve this pressure.
Good control from Aqua, trying to take a low 50. I love to see that. Izord getting a good clear. Demo on the goalie. Jive should be able to turn early, but doesn't get the best clear here. Baba Kanoosh is going early. Jive up and over 1. Xander now rushing in, trying to get maybe a bump again. Going to be going off the ceiling. A good clear from Thick of It. So we are now halfway through this game. Tied Game 5. I am loving this.
Yeah, Game 5s are always fun, especially when they're close. Izord with a boomer of a clear down. Jive kind of awkward. Xander is on no boost, but gets a very good 50. Dubs needs to control as well. He kind of throws it away. This could be dangerous. Aquamaniac over 1.
Oh, no.
That's awkward to the back where Baba finding a crucial touch, but Jive is going to collect. Baba Kanoosh with a 50. Absolute MVP on defense for me this game. Baba Kanoosh. It's not even close in my mind.
Xander taking his touch on 0 boost. Gets it around 1. Aquamaniac now taking his time. Going to be going to the wall and booming this one downfield. He doesn't have any boost to work with. They need to have, clean touches on defense. I got scared for a split second there for Thick of It. Xander pool shotting Aqua. That might go in. Can Jive get there? Yes, he does. What a stretch from that man on that Octane. Super Dubs now. Dangerous spot. Izord to the corner. This is where the defensive mistakes cannot happen for either team.
Oh my goodness, we are getting down to the wire here. Baba Kanush filling one center. Jai with so much space. Izor's gonna challenge and get a very good one at that. Xander throwing center to dubs. That's unfortunate. Aquamaniac 0 boost. Can't find the touch. Kinda super dubs on his 4th shot of the game. Able to find the goal.
Xander, not a good clear. Drops it right mid to Super Dubs and Aquamaniac on the way back with 0 boost. There's nothing he can do about the situation with 1:34 left. Do Untouchables have what it takes to rally the troops, or does Fikivit fight on and take down Untouchables?
Yeah, Xander trying to get a 50. This could be dangerous. Aquamaniac finds one to the backboard, going for the double tap. That's in. Kind of Super Dubs finds the touch. Xander can't get the follow-up. What a save by Fikivit. Able to throw the ball downfield. Aquamaniac probably getting demoed here, but he jumps over it. Very good awareness there. Very good control as well. Going for the air dribble to the backboard. But no one is there. Where's the second man? Oh no. Kind of Super Dubs though. After all that, able to get the clear, but gets 50 by Xander. Izord in the corner is awkward with the spawn. Bopkin is able to find a touch.
Shot. Oh no, that's in! Oh my god, how does this find the back of the net? Aquamaniac with a ridiculous touch from Xander, and then somehow gets the touch. It's off of Izord's hood, off the crossbar, and the post.
I just stopped speaking. I didn't know what to say. I thought it was out. Oh my goodness, 2-2. Coming down to the last minute. Will we see Game 5 overtime, Casey?
I don't even want to speak right now. Someone's gonna get livid at me.
Just say no. If you say no, it goes to OT. That's it.
I'm still looking at Drive right now, right? I'm still looking at the man, all right? I have faith in that boy. I have never wavered. With 30 seconds left, Izord has done so well on defense. Super Dubs trying to get it around 1. Baba Kanoosh with a great clear downfield. Xander in a tough spot. Baba Kanoosh has 0 boost, goes for the shot. It is weak. Super Dubs, though, being very defensive. He does not want to overcommit here in these situations here. 18 seconds left. Overtime is looming.
Nothing very threatening here. All 3 members of Fikivit leave, but that's going to be a great touch center. Jive able to find the clear. Xander's there. This could be dangerous if Dubs doesn't see him, but he does. Being thrown to the corner, Aquamaniac finds a touch up, but Dubs able to get the clear on 0 seconds. Will Jive keep it up? No. He wants to go to overtime, and we are here. Game 5 overtime. Golden goal opportunity.
Golden goal opportunity. Who is going to make the mistake? Who is going to step up? Aquamaniac. He has been so clutch when his team has needed it. Xander, though, this is incredibly awkward. This bounce is high. Who has the shot? Jive with 0. If he can beat him out, this is the chance. Can Aquamaniac get it? Maybe going for the air dribble. Up and over when it's in. Ooh. Xander clutches up in Game 5.
What happened here? This pinch. Oh my goodness. That is an Aquatoe bounce I've ever seen one. CRJ just, he like woke up from whatever, what is it in Croatia, like 4 a.m. He just woke up in a cold sweat. Like, dude, he felt that all the way. I mean, what a shot, dude.
I have so many questions on how the heck that even makes sense. I do not physically understand, but I am incredibly happy to see that. Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
I stuck to my word on that one. All right, we're gonna get these boys in here because that is one of the most ridiculous plays I have seen.
That is just disgusting.
All right, right away, Xander. How much money did you pay for that bounce to go in? Everyone knows that was ridiculous.
Oh no, it's a new mech I found. We were playing, I think. Baba
my uncle works at Rocket League. Yeah, I get you.
No, we were playing Baba last season, and it hit crossbar. No shot was going in, but it went in. So we've just called it the Schoolium or Xander bounce, where it doesn't look like it's going in.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble. This has existed in DCRL since season 1. It's called the Aquatoe bounce. I'm sorry. It's existed for 3 years. You know,
I'm still just trying to figure out how that worked out. But either way, boys, congratulations on a ridiculous Game 5 overtime. Try to walk me through how nervous were you guys? Were you sweating? Were you calm, cool, collected? What was going through your guys' minds?
I'd say that it was a very good, tough game. We went in kind of swinging, and then they took over from there. And then I just told these guys to lock in, and we finally took it back. So
Yeah, what
I mean,
happened?
We were a
was
bit nervous,
game
but...
game 2 and 3. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty dang ugly from you guys, and you know what? You guys got a little lucky in that game 4 with Izord punting super dubs and giving you Aqua a free shot in OT. But hey, you guys managed to pull it back no matter what. Eric, what do you got for these boys?
Yeah, I mean, just one question. Like, so you guys, that last game, that was 3 NDSU and 3 UJ players with Jive and Baba switched. What is it like playing against your friends and classmates?
There's some times where Baba will demo me, and I'll scream at him or say he didn't get a boost when he got a boost or something.
And then I'm going to go to Aqua. Are you getting sick of the questions surrounding you being at UJ with others in the room? Because it's probably happened at least once or twice over the years.
Yeah, it's definitely happened like every season. I mean, we got Baba Kadoosh next to me. He's always been next to me during all these games we play against each other or with each other, because we were playing with each other last semester with Mitch. So it's definitely a good experience. We can definitely keep that competitive environment there. So.
All right, we'll have to see. Like I said, I apologize if I don't know the exact standings and if you guys will guarantee first or not. It is going to come down to if Straw Hats win or not. I believe, Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, Straw Hats just need to win. Is that correct?
Yep. Win, they're your first. Lost their second.
So, but
you guys are guaranteed the 2 seed.
You guys are guaranteed the 2 seed, which, yeah, is massive for you guys. So, Jive, I'm kind of curious for you guys now going into playoffs. Is there, because you guys do get to draft, either, you'll either be able to pick first or second. Is there any certain team that you're looking at snagging as your first opponent in playoffs?
Well, if Sloppy Dogs or Straw Hats win, or if they lose and we get first seed, then Div A wannabes and Whiff City matchup. Whoever comes out of that, I think, would be our #1 choice.
All right, I like it. Well, I appreciate you guys giving me the content. I did have you guys winning in 5. I did say if I was going to gift 5 subs if you guys won in 5, so I appreciate that. So it's just how it works out sometimes. But yeah, you guys, seriously, huge congratulations. After seeing games 2 and 3, I thought there was no chance, but you guys pulled it back. It was a little ugly, but it doesn't matter. You guys got the job done. At the end of the day, you guys got the W, so congratulations. We'll have to hope you guys can get the #1 seed. We'll have to see what happens next. Do you guys have any predictions on if Sloppy Dogs will win or not?
They won't.
Is that wishful thinking, or is that what you actually think?
Realistic thinking.
There you go. I like it. It's a man of confidence. He knows
dogs?
what he wants.
Oh, it's Dog Nappers.
Oh, is it dog? Oh, I'm sorry. There's too many dog names, all right? But regardless, we'll have to see what happens.
It's a 2v7, and you're saying the 7 wins easily. I think you guys are coping a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll have faith in you guys.
I'll just see what happens. But regardless, like I said, that is gonna do it for this game. So, boys, huge congratulations. We have some more talking to do, and we got another game to get going. So, boys, huge win, and we'll see you guys in playoffs.
Thank you.
Thanks, K2. Thanks, Swamp Donkey.
Yes, sir.
All right, Fikavit versus Untouchables. That was a ridiculous game 5. I am so happy I went to game 5 OT. We got lots of content, crazy ups and downs. That is one of the ugliest series I've seen in a long time. The amount of demos, I cannot wait to look at the stats of demos, because that was a bloodbath in the middle of that. But regardless, we still have another game to go. We still have to figure out who the heck is going to be the 1 through 5 seed for Div B. So we are going to go to a short intermission and prep for our last match of the night, which will be Div B. I'll actually just pull it up right now for you guys so you can see it correctly. There you go. Yeah, last match is going to be Dog Nappers versus Straw Hats. Again, Straw Hats, they have a chance to get the #1 seed. We'll have to see if they can clutch, but we'll get there when we get there. But Swamp Donkey, appreciate you casting with me, my good sir. Any last thoughts before we go to intermission?
I got nothing for you.
Awesome. Appreciate it, boys. We'll be back very, very soon with our last match of the night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We've got the last game of the match. And yeah, I'm a little surprised of who's next to me as well. This man, and I quote, had to re-download Rocket League just to be able to cast this match with me. So how's retirement feel?
Oh man, it actually a part of me died when I clicked install on Steam, and I can't wait to remove it immediately after this. But I was thinking,
you should have done it.
graduating
You should have
in
done it
May.
yesterday because they actually had it as SARP BC when you logged on.
True,
So.
I did see that. I saw screenshots. I have yet to hear the post thing though that they added, but
it's so good. I love it, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, it feels very strange. It's kind of nice to be back. Well, I say back like I'm gonna stay, but yeah, I figured I'm graduating in May. This might be one of the last times I get to cast with you, so I might as well give you a little surprise.
It is appreciated. I'm not gonna lie. I saw, I heard your voice, and I just like the pog just thought, had to double check it was you real quick. So definitely love that. But let us get into some games, get into some stats here, because as we just saw, Untouchables take down Thick of It in 5. So as look at the stats, Untouchables is sitting at 7-2. Question is Straw Hats. Can they win? All they need to do is win, and they are guaranteed the first seed. If they lose, then they drop to 4th seed, whatever, 3rd seed, whatever it is.
3. If they get swept, they're still 3. So they're they're 3. So,
So
as far as they don't move.
Yeah, Nappers, they don't really. Dang, there's literally nothing they can do. They can win or lose. It does not matter for them. They are stuck in their spot. But Straw Hats, this is such a massive, massive game for them. So, Coop, why don't you talk about some stats for Straw Hats?
Yeah, so I don't actually know too much about these teams, I'll be honest. I run stats, but couldn't tell you the first thing about them. But I see my boy Yellow Dog here on Straw Hats. I've been messing with his nickname all day over in the Discord. If you know, you know. But yeah, one thing that I want to point out that I did see when looking over this is the assists. You'll see the other team in a second, but I want to point out each of these players have almost, or like above half an assist per game. So they're moving the ball around a lot. You can see Mr. Yellow Dog with his 1.06 goals per game. Pretty good, as well as they're pretty accurate, actually. Shooting percentage of 35 is pretty damn good for a Rocket League game. So
I have to respect it. We saw Jive. I was gonna say Jive last time, dude, had 45%. So 35 is nothing.
But and they loved the demo. So
you love the demo.
I'm expecting to see a lot of aggression out of Straw Hats for this one, and they need to, because this is about as stressful as it gets as far as seeding goes.
Yeah, no, I'm fully with you. I think this is going to be a super intense game. Like I said, Straw Hats, they have so much pressure on them. After Untouchables, they clawed their way through. That was an ugly series. They got the job done. Does not matter. They, as of this exact moment, are your number 1 seed. The question is, can Straw Hats do it? So the pressure is all on them. And Dog Napper sitting at 4-4. This is their chance to be positive or negative on the season. Can they go 5-4, 4-5? It is kind of nice, at least for them, just to have the momentum going into playoffs. Yeah, they can't move up and down, but just to prove that they can take down on paper the potential number 1 seed would be massive for those boys.
Yeah, I will say on a mental note, not really having an option, I guess, of like, if you lose, this happens. If you win, this happens. They don't have any of that. And I think that's actually really helpful walking into a game against a really good team like Straw Hats, because there's really nothing to lose. Like, just play you physically can't lose. You just play the game. If you win, great. If you don't, who cares? So yeah. I really think that they should abuse that kind of mentality walking into this.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. So as I pull up all the team stats again, like I said, Dog Dappers, they can't really do anything. We'll see what happens there. But let us talk real quick about predictions. And dang, we got a lot of people who have a lot of faith in the Straw Hats, which, again, I can't really blame them, considering that, again, on paper, if they win, they're the number 1 seed. That is a factual thing. But Little Birdie told me that you don't think Straw Hats are going to do it.
Nah, I don't. I think the mental game between, just the whole entire mental dynamic of this game is, in my mind, just too much to say that Straw Hats is going to win. My prediction is actually, I'm going to say Dog Nappers in 4. I said it in chat, and then kind of off stream, I was like, maybe they are swept, but I'm going to say Nappers in 4.
Right.
I think that the mental game is just going to be too much for Straw Hats in this.
So there's a 3v3 Heat Seeker tournament. Do you want to do that instead?
Yeah, kind of.
All right,
Can we do that?
That's it.
All right.
We'll make this a heat seeker match and just don't tell anyone. But regardless, we are ready to jump into this one. I am also crazy enough gonna go dog nappers. I would probably gonna regret this one. I've already put my boost on that one. We'll have to see what happens here. But players are ready to get into this game. I know I am ready to get into this game. We've got everything set up. We'll have to see what happens here. But regardless, Straw Hats, again, this is their chance. All the pressure is on them. Literally, as we had mentioned, it does not matter for the dog nappers, win or lose. This is just about bragging rights for them.
Yeah, I'm expecting a pretty high-scoring series, to be honest. And I mean, I've played with all of these players, and a lot of them are pretty aggressive and really just crave the ball. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of offensive plays here in the pretty exciting matchup ahead of us.
I always love that every single person basically changes their name. I don't know why, but every single time, every one of them changes their name. Always got to make it difficult for me.
For me, I got to input the game.
Yeah, you got it just about as bad as I do.
I saw Huskers and almost threw a fit when I was inputting stats.
That's fair in that situation. But regardless, we have our game going. And I will say that I am expecting this to be a low-scoring game at first. Again, a lot of kind of stress and pressure on the Straw Hats team. I'll just see if they can step up to this one. Otherwise, I think there is going to be some major tilting happening.
Yeah, that is fair. Just knowing the people involved, I might have to agree with you. But opportunity here for dog nappers sent out of the net by Yellow Dog. Now Paskey looking a little uncomfortable in his offensive zone. Huskers challenging Yellow Dog on the sidewall. Paskey looking for a read off into the midfield as Rickamus collects this into the defensive corner here. Blows up Paskey on his way out. Off the ceiling now. Is anyone there for dog nappers? Unfortunately not. Cosmic now. Nice little double tap off the wall over to Paskey, looking for a touch off the backboard. Can he get another one? Shaded is there for the save, and just already, one thing I'm noticing is this ball is not, I mean, this looks like a Div A game. The ball is not touching the ground.
No, these boys are zooming around the field. They do not want to stop for a split second, and I got to respect it for that situation here. But, you know, as they do kind of come back down to earth a little bit, dog nappers, decent amount of pressure here. Paskey trying to get this one off the ceiling, but again, the second and third man are just super defensive. That's one thing that we saw really happen in the other Div B match is, yeah, they're trying to zoom around the field a ton, but they don't have the resources for that second and third man to be aggressive. Versus right now, Straw Hats, they just seem like they just want to go, regardless of how much boost they have. Absolutely, and I mean, sometimes it works. You know, keeping the ball in the offensive zone can be quite irritating for your opponents. I'd say that on a former member of Acrobatic Aura. But having said that, dog nappers with a shot on net. Cosmic is there for the save. Shaded, nice little fake, trying to get it into the midfield. Off the wall, it is mid. Is anyone there for dog nappers? Huskers with a nice pre-jump to shut down the play here from Straw Hats. Straw Hats, Cosmic with a shot. Sent 50 out to the sidewall. Paskey now off the backboard. Huskers is there for the read. Is not able to get the touch. Yellow Dog off the backboard. Is anyone here for the shot for Straw Hats? Unfortunately not. And this will go back to the other side here for dog nappers. Fantastic defense and a potential shot over Yellow Dog is Huskers with, I gotta say, the beautiful flick off the beautiful pass from Rickamus. I was gonna say, that's a beautiful play. The overlay does not want to cooperate with me right now. I'm trying to fix the teams, and it is not having it, I would say. So we're, apologize, boys. We're working on the back end. Like I said, we'll fix this as I can, but my God. Everybody's having a moment. But hey, at least dog nappers are having fun as they're finally getting a first goal of this game here.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this as the dog nappers, you really want that first one. Striking first blood against a really good team like Straw Hats is exactly what you need to do in this situation. Just say, hey, we're better than you. We're going to assert our dominance early. And in a game of, or a series of 5, the more you can take early, the better.
Hard to argue in that situation. Chance here. Paskey trying to get it around 1. Straw Hats again. This is your #1 squad, and they're haven't scored any goals here. As Shaded, this might be a chance for a solo play. Oh, he doesn't get the touch he wanted. I thought he was going to go for a reset, but still causes an awkward, unnecessary double commit on the goal line.
Yeah, they're looking a little uncomfortable here on the defensive end. It's probably just nerves. Again, the whole mental thing, like I mentioned earlier, but Rickamus popping it off the ceiling. Shaded is up early, is not able to get the touch. Now Huskers alone in the backfield. Yellow Dog and Paskey trying to make an offensive push here. Over to Cosmic. Is he there for the shot? And it will go in. 1-1. Straw Hats tying it up here with a minute left in the first game.
Love to see them getting it going early here. And Straw Hats, again, just getting over on one. I honestly did not think that that was actually going to drop, but in the end, finally finding an awkward touch there. It worked out in the end. That's really all that matters here. Straw Hats, I did ask how long is it going to take for them to finally find their first goal, and they did not take long to respond here. Dog Nappers know. We'll see if they can have a response of their own, because again, Shaded, we know how crazy mechanical he can be. I think it really is going to be a battle between him and Cosmic of who can, in the moment, be consistent with those mechanics.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Last LAN, when Cosmic was just pulling out flip resets in Div D, it got me pretty excited for his next season. I'm glad to see that he's still getting those mechanics. But speaking of, we got Shaded just air dribbling it over the entirety of Straw Hats.
I did talk about Shaded about 3 seconds ago, and I think he heard me. He definitely heard me, and I gotta respect it. I'm quite happy with that situation. So now the question is, Straw Hats, again, how do they respond? Because I will say the Dog Nappers mechanics, they're on point right now.
They are. But with half a minute left, you not only have to up your offense, but you got to keep playing just solid Rocket League. Because if you drop another one, this game's pretty much over. But yeah, I mean, match one, both teams are looking a little awkward as Yellow Dog. We can't even get through a sentence with this. Yellow Dog drains yet another one for Straw Hats, tying it up 2-2 with 15 seconds left.
Good speed from Straw Hats. Again, it's the backboard defense, and no one was jumping up. You at least got to toss a hand up or something here. But again, Straw Hats back-to-back. Both these teams having great responses, not letting either team really settle into having a lead for more than 20 seconds. So the question is, do we see Rickamus now? Potential chance. Is that actually going to find the net? No, it does not. We saw potential there, but the overtime again looming, and I assume this ball will drop, which it will. All right, overtime in game one. That's what I like to see.
Overtime in game one. Let's go. We are a hive mind.
We are a hive mind indeed. We share the brain cell, and we share the win. What a save from Paskey.
My God, that is the only way he could have saved that. Was just playing it off the crossbar. Opportunity here for Straw Hats. Rickamus, quality little double tap off the ceiling. Paskey and Rickamus whiff on the sidewall. Cosmic now trying to make a play. Huskers with not a lot of boost. Can he get one more? Goes for the reset. Is unable to convert it. This is looking really uncomfortable. Can he get the bump? Unfortunately not, as Straw Hats will clear it out. As Paskey making it down the field with a nice
goes for the turbo flick.
Whiz flick. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great pass down.
Triple commit on defense. The aggression of this game has increased tenfold over the last 2 minutes.
Absolutely. Cosmic now with a shot. Oh, that is a weak touch from him. Definitely expected better in that situation. Huskers now going for the solo play. Does get a pinch down one. Someone needs to jump early for this one. Shady just doesn't have a lot of boost, though. Stretches everything he's got. Rickamus again. Maybe a little bit of a fake shot there. I actually kind of respect it. But again, got to communicate that to Shaded, who was behind him with 100. He could have came in for a free shot. But again, that's just too awkward to know as a third man.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking kind of strange here. Nappers just, I almost say lose all aggression, but they almost get a shot on net. Huskers with okay. I'm becoming you in my retirement, bro. As I'm talking about Dog Nappers losing their aggression train, Huskers throws in a beautiful little air roll shot into the side. And Dog Nappers take game one.
I think we all expected that to go exactly like that, right? We all knew that that's how that was going to go, for sure. Yeah, totally. 100%. That's what we expected. Okay, so that was an interesting one.
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened, but I will take it. And in a weird sense, Dog Nappers, again, 2 wins. That's all I got to get. 2 wins on the Straw Hats. And the Straw Hats' chance of being the #1 seed are going to die on the spot.
I'm telling you, it's the nerves. It happened to me a lot in Div B. I'd be, seated pretty high.
I forget you did that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. There's not really much I can say about it. That did in fact happen. But yeah, I would always just throw games to the worst of teams in the standings. But really important here for Straw Hats that they take this game. If they lose this one, things are looking pretty grim. But like I said, when you're a team like the Dog Nappers and you don't really have anything to lose, that can be pretty damn difficult to overcome.
Chance here. Yellow Dog. Not the best clear. That is going to be ended up going backwards. Rickamus almost with a shot on target. Cosmic now. Tough spot here. And Straw Hats again, early in game 2, they are struggling to figure out this offensive pressure.
Yeah, they're looking pretty uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie. They are, looking pretty shaken on the defensive end, and then even when they're on offense, like right now, there's not really any continuity in the touches, as now Shaded taking it up the corner. Yellow Dog going to meet him on the wall, is able to get it. That is on target. Pasky with the clanger redirect, or I guess rebound.
Trying to figure out how this actually came to be. Yellow Dog with the pass. I really thought that one of them was going to hit that ball, but
Huskers didn't have boost.
It happens, I will say. But Straw Hats again. I don't say they didn't deserve that goal, but I mean, Dognappers, the rotation was fine. They had the boost. Dognappers are really genuinely looking good, and I say that, and then they give up a ridiculous shot like that. And Cosmic, that feels great off the kickoff.
I gotta say, that is a dime pass from Pasky. Just I guess that's why I think it's Pasky. Got him. Just perfect placement.
Yeah, you can uninstall now, by the way.
I wish I could. This is just proof that nothing can keep me away from Rocket League forever.
Oh my god, Cosmic, stop.
I know.
Go back down to Div D or something, all right? Go have people yell at you. But regardless, Shaded. Chance trying to get over one. Cosmic again. I did mention it's the battle of the mechs between Cosmic and Shaded, and that really does seem to kind of be what is happening here. But again, we're looking at other people. It's like Huskers. We haven't really talked about Huskers or Rickamus Prime. It really has been all Shaded for the pressure of the Dognappers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Other than the one like air dribble from Shaded, the mechanical goals, I mean, there really haven't been that many. It's just a lot of like easy defensive slips that just kind of compound into very easy goals, which is unfortunately a very common way that Rocket League games go. But I am kind of excited because I know that these players can pop off, and I want to see some crazy stuff this series. Speaking of, Shaded almost reading Yellow Dog some touch off the backboard. Now iCosmic and Rickamus in the corner, little 50 off the backboard. Shaded looking a little uncomfortable back post. Pasky pinching it into the midfield. Is anyone there? Not for Straw Hats. Huskers clearing it upfield, off the backboard. Shot is rejected by iCosmic. Sending it down for Straw Hats. Shaded and iCosmic touching the corner. Is that on? Unfortunately not. Yellow Dog is there for the shot as well, but it is sent out by Rickamus. And it's looking just kind of a midfield game, this one, to be honest.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of boomer ball, a lot of just, easy touches. This should be a decent shot on target, but again, just poor chances from Yellow Dog. These need to be put away, or at least have a better shot to force a more difficult save as Shaded just trying to work his way through. 2-goal lead still for Straw Hats. They're having a great bounce back here for game 1. Still looking for Dognappers again. They did kind of steal that one in OT, but since OT, they really haven't had anything on offense.
Yeah, Straw Hats looking extremely dominant in this game, which is good because they were looking a little lackluster in game 1, even though it did go to OT. Most of the opportunities they weren't able to convert on. But Rickamus now. Pasky turned it down. Anyone there for Straw Hats as Shaded sends it over to the sidewall. iCosmic able to beat Shaded. This is looking potentially dangerous here for Straw Hats in the offensive zone. Yellow Dog clearing it out. Huskers off the backboard. Rickamus unable to get the shot off. Clangs it off the backboard. Huskers now trying to get a 50 here with Pasky in Pasky's favor. Ball here on the Dognappers half. iCosmic keeping it in the offensive zone here. Yellow Dog off the ceiling. Is that on target? That is not. Off the backboard. Pasky now trying to make a play here for Straw Hats to put him up 3-0. Huskers over one. Can he get it past Cosmic? Cosmic is there for the save. And honestly, like Dognappers, I'm not exactly sure what happened to their offense, but they're just looking out of gas.
What do you mean? Watch this.
Oh my. What a shot. I mean, I asked for, mechy looking shots, and I'll count this one.
But again, no one tossing a hand up until he's 2 feet in front of the goal. And even with so, they did end up going high in that situation. So Straw Hats, Pasky getting a great touch here. We saw, as you saw, Shaded last game get an air dribble. He said, I can do you one better and get past 2 of them. But Straw Hats, they definitely might be getting a 4th here. And there's the goal sound for you. Just on cue in that situation as Cosmic trying to get a little bit of a pre-jump here. And Straw Hats, they're already going for a victory lap at this point.
They are, yeah. You see Pasky looking for backboard reads. These, I will say, these guys do know how to have fun when they're up, and maybe it'll bite them like in the butt later. This game is pretty much secured at this point. No amount of K-Tool cursing, or the cursing can change that. But
I mean, I do have the button to add a game win to the other team, so challenge accepted.
True. Can we get one more for the road here from Straw Hats? Pasky putting it over to Yellow Dog, who is popping it here with Shaded in the corner. Hits it mid. Pasky is there, but it will hit the ground, and that is a victory for Straw Hats.
Straw Hats again with a great bounce back after losing in OT game 1. Bounce back with a pretty dominant 3-0 fashion, but I'm just looking at the shots right here, and this is, I think, what we were expecting. 14 shots for the Straw Hats and only 4 for Dog Nappers. But I will say, though, Dog Nappers, they did have some good spurts of offensive pressure, but in the end, I think it was just Straw Hats saying, we are #1 for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the Dog Nappers squad, right, the way they're going to win these games is by simply chasing until the defense gives them an opening. I've seen the stats. Assists are not it. These guys, they're very, very good at just nuking the net or the defense until an easy opportunity opens up, whether you have to make a pass for it or not. And they did that really well in the first game, but the second game, they just looked so out of gas. Either Straw Hats woke up or they fell asleep.
Oh, that's fair. Let's see what happens. Shaded, can he find the double? No, he cannot. Rickamus with a too weak of a shot. I thought Shaded was going to start out with a ridiculous one, and then...
no, that's a tilter.
Is an absolute massive tilter, especially for Shaded.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, even the pinch downfield, too. It can't go better for Straw Hats in that situation. But Shaded trying to look a little cracked. Almost pulled it off, but it cost him a goal in the long run.
We'll see if this interesting squad of Straw Hats can take down Dog Nappers. Again, Dog Nappers, they're sitting 4-4. They are the middle of the pack team, right? And somehow, this actually might find the way out the back of the net. Can Pasky get a decent touch? He does get a great pinch mid. Husker is just kind of waiting around. Again, he's been super quiet this year. I know I mentioned it even after game 1, but still waiting for him to really kind of get involved in the play.
Yeah, and you might have gotten your wish here. Under 1, is anyone there to follow it up here for Dog Nappers? Pasky, Pasky's touches off the backboard are nothing shy of beauty. Cosmic, I mean, for real, like, he's so consistent with the pinches, and it works out perfectly every time. Yellow Dog, slightly off target. Rickamus able to get the clear. Trying to get it played down here for Cosmic, jumping in for Straw Hats. This is straight up in the air. Shaded, uncomfortable, 0 boost. Huskers, none as well, and almost on target was Cosmic off the backboard. The defense of Dog Nappers here with negative boost levels. Shaded clearing it out here. No one really challenging here for Straw Hats, oddly enough. Pasky, unfortunate touch off the sidewall as Yellow Dog able to catch it. Rickamus now trying to get a play into the midfield. Shaded up early for this one over Yellow Dog. Off the sidewall is Cosmic, putting it over to Huskers. Again, Huskers, the quiet kid, make an appearance. Unfortunately not, sent back out from Pasky. Rickamus trying to get a pass mid, and it will be cleared out by Cosmic. And honestly, Straw Hats on the defensive end are doing a really, really good job of neutralizing the attacks.
Well, even you saw that, like the Cosmic's, his outlet pass to Pasky. Yeah, Pasky did have 0 boost, but the fact that they're seeing that and going for those quick counterattack options, I love to see. Versus Dog Nappers, they just can't seem to really get a transition from defense to offense. Even here, like, even when they get these chances, I'm not seeing anything happen from them.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate to say it because I asked for, mechanical goals earlier, but it does kind of seem like, as we're witnessing here, they just kind of pop it up and attempt to kind of air dribble it into the offensive zone.
But they're also air dribbling from like 5 feet off the ground.
Correct, which can work if the dribble's high enough and if you have enough boost afterwards, but there's just no follow-up here. Shaded, uncomfortable on the defensive end, gets a nice 50 in the midfield. Pasky, all the time in the world to take this up the wall. What will he go for? One touch, Huskers up early. That's exactly what we need to see here from Dog Nappers on the defensive end.
Look at the boost amounts. Right now, Dog Nappers has absolutely 0. They just picked up some boost, and they just gave up a goal. Pasky doubling up the lead for the Straw Hats, and Dog Nappers, you cannot afford those poor touches.
Yeah, this is gonna really impact the mental game. You have one off of a ridiculous pinch upfield from a failed air dribble, or not air dribble, tap, and then you get this one where you just unintentionally dime the opposition. It's not irrecoverable, but it's not great for the mental game by any means.
Yeah, it definitely is a tilter. You know, it's like you do so well in game one, taking an OT, and you take down a team as, you know, good as Straw Hats, and then after that, they haven't found any goals. I mean, it really has been a tough go at things. Kasky, though, trying to get more 50s. Yellow Dog trying to get 50s. Shaded, he's just trying to figure out how to navigate this one with so little boost.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a game of boost on the defensive end here for Dog Nappers. I don't know what it is. Maybe a rotation error, you know, grabbing the same pads, but they look so starved. Speaking of, there we go. We have Shaded. This might have been, maybe they just needed one to open the floodgates. You never know. I will say Shaded is a very momentum-based player. So this might, yeah, I mean, like, he reminds me of myself and Scoopy Men in a way of that. But maybe this one goal is all they really need to get their head back.
I have to see if that is how that works. I will say you guys did have the benefit of someone helping you guys get a couple wins here and there. Yeah, it was that mustache power, honestly.
Yeah,
but
everyone had mustaches.
But with 40 seconds left, there is absolutely a chance here for Dog Nappers to take it. Shaded off the ceiling. Oh, if he was a little closer, be looking for a ceiling double. Huskers, he needs to go early. Too many times he's being too passive and making his teammates really in a tough spot here. They have a chance for a big clear, especially with 30 seconds left. Sometimes you have to play a little bit of boomer ball just to close down the space.
And I want to point out just how important this game is here. These teams are 1-1. Whoever wins this goes to match point, which only emphasizes the mental game, which honestly for both teams, they might be struggling a little bit on. Shaded, potential opportunity here.
Yellow's awkward.
Dog Nappers is almost able to get it past. Yellow Dog here looking to clear it. Will this touch the ground? And it will. 2-1 Straw Hats going to match point here.
That is such a good touch from Yellow Dog. I even said he was awkward. That was such a tough spot to get that backboard read, and he did it to absolute perfection. And look at the shots now. We saw 14 blast game from Straw Hats, now bringing it down to 5. Dog Nappers, yeah, yes, they didn't win, but they really did stifle the offense of Straw Hats.
We keep saying it, but I really want to see more out of Huskers. I know this guy. I'm curious if we'll. What happened? Did I just get? We good? My game.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
We're in game.
I thought my game crashed for a sec. We're good.
I know you just installed it, but like, come on, bro. You've got a couple hours.
It said the host left the game. I was very confused. But I want to see more out of Huskers. 82 points. You know, I know he's got more potential than that. Shaded with a goal off.
I really wanted that to be Huskers so badly. As soon as wow, what is this camera?
I don't know. I had to look at who scored it first because I was like, that just like curse it like 4 times in the series. But I want to see more out of Huskers. I know he's got potential to make some really good plays. I think he's just nervous. Because I mean, he wasn't there last game. So I think if they can really incorporate him into this series, then the game's going to last over here.
Yeah, well, let's see. I want to see a game 5. I know you want to too, because this is probably your only cast for the next 14 years. Regardless, Yellow Dog though with a shot on target. What a rip from that man! My God.
Yeah, that one had some spin on it. Homie sent that thing right side.
Again, someone's got to throw a hand up. You saw Shaded and Huskers on the goal line. Rickibus was just kind of an awkward spot. Ended up actually bumping Shaded, but someone throw a hand up, get in the way. Just you have to try to close down the angle.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to point out is, you know, neither of these teams honestly have been really keeping the possession, I guess. It's really just like a boomer ball thing until one of the defenses like gives out or is out of boost in the case of Dog Nappers. But I mean, at this point, you almost wonder that's so unfortunate. You almost wonder if you should just start pre-jumping things here.
Someone needs to throw a hand up. The fact that it rolls in 7.2 kph. I didn't even know that our overlay could do 0.2. Hello?
I don't know, but I do miles, and that was 4 miles an hour.
It was 7.2. I didn't know we could do decimals. I don't think we've ever had a goal slow enough.
Yeah, true. It's 2 sig figs, so, or 3 if it's over 100, I guess. That's crazy. I didn't know you could do that either.
Well, the more you know. I'm really curious if Aiden knew if we could do that either. But regardless, back into this game, Straw Hats do find themselves in the lead again. And as we have seen, again, Huskers is being too defensive. Has to go for this one. This should be a goal. And it is. It is the sheer speed. I think they're realizing that how passive Dog Nappers are being right now. You just go send the house and it is working. And again, Cosmic coming in with the demos. We have seen that exact play happen 3 times now in the series.
Yeah, I think they're at the point now where they're like, okay, we're just playing better, and they're doing a very, very good job of just really ramming it down their throats, for lack of a better phrase. But Paskey off the sidewall, Cosmic here looking for a touch into the midfield. Yellow Dog is there, but Rickamus will get it over. Is he able to get a pass here for Dog Nappers? This is an open net. Unfortunately, this awkward bump makes the shot a little off, but the defense here on Straw Hats looking a little uncomfortable. Faded with double commit off the corner over to Cosmic. Huskers jumping in early. This is what we want to see out of him. Rickamus. Little touch pass down to Shaded. Paskey looking uncomfortable on the defense here. Able to clear it out. Fantastic flick from Paskey, playing exemplary this series here. Cosmic off the corner is able to get another one. Can Paskey get a touch off the sidewall over to Yellow Dog? Was unable to convert it, sent back down, and it is just looking like Straw Hats has all the power in the world to do what they want here.
It really does seem to be that way. Huskers drops this one to the sidewall. Ethan can turn on this one. Rickamus just throws this one downfield. It'd be a pretty easy clear. You see Cosmic now going for a solo play. Doesn't have enough boost to really get a reset. Does drop down to Paskey, but unfortunately missed from him. Huskers 0 boost, trying to just will this ball to the opposite side here. Gets demoed for his efforts. Straw Hats still up by 2. Half of the game to go, and we have now 2 minutes and 20 seconds is all that is in between Straw Hats and securing the #1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes, it is a lot of time in a game like Rocket League, but as far as the kind of attitude and morale and mental of the Dog Nappers here, you kind of want one sooner than later, because really, they're trying to get something going, and Straw Hats just interrupts them in the midfield every time. There's just no continuity. And kudos to Straw Hats for really just owning the midfield this series so far.
Oh my God.
Unfortunate whip from Huskers and a 50 from Rick. Yellow Dog 50 was shaded into the corner. This is just all manner of depravity and hell breaking loose here for Dog Nappers defense. Yellow Dog into the midfield, shaded off the sidewall. Isn't going to get another touch here. Upfield, Huskers dropping back down. No one is upfield for Dog Nappers to receive these plays, and it's really just not helping their offense in any way.
Not indeed. Huskers try to go off the ceiling. Try to drop this onto Rickamus. It does bounce mid. Can he get it over 1? He cannot. Shaded. In a tough spot here. Cosmic trying to bounce it off the sidewall. Off the backboard, I believe. Shaded now. Again, he's just trying to get it mid. He's in such an awkward spot. That actually works his way through somehow. Yellow Dog avoids the demo at the last second here. Clock keeps on ticking down. It is the #1 friend of Straw Hats, but they would love one more just to make sure they can ice it up.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to see, Dog Nappers go for some, I was going to say crazy things, because this series means nothing to them. But, yeah, I mean, Straw Hats dropping another one, and I don't want to pull it out. Honestly, I do, because I want a game 5. This is looking like the game is going to be over here if Dog Nappers can't secure anything here. But, yeah, Straw Hats just consistent offense, fantastic clears on the defensive end. Huskers, though, trying to get a touch off the ceiling. Rickamus is there. Unfortunate whip, shaded a little slow on the follow-up. Rick just trying to get a touch onto the sidewall. Cosmic, beautiful pinch. Can we see the Cosmic musty? Unfortunately not. Huskers throws shaded around like a bar of soap. Huskers off the sidewall. The entirety of Dog Nappers defense right now is low on boost. Cosmic trying to get it over to Yellow Dog, who is there for the shot off the backboard. Shaded, uncomfortable. 20 seconds left in this game. Huskers cuts off Shaded in the defensive half here. Into the corner once again. And with 10 seconds left, this game and series is looking, I've heard the crossbar sound, let's go, is looking like it's going to be over here.
One more for the road.
Can't even get that goal, and unfortunately not. Straw Hats will take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, So we have your #1 team for Div B confirmed in the Straw Hats. Dog Nappers put out a good fight in the beginning, but in the end, I think the #1 team, I think, showed why they deserve that #1 spot, and it was a dominant game 4.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't ask for a better, turnaround than that. They really just understood that they were playing more fundamental, just more aggressive, just a better team, and really just carried that momentum into everything they did that series. So shout out to Straw Hats.
All right, speaking of Straw Hats, then we got everyone in here, and boys, congratulations on securing the #1 seed. I don't even have to ask you how it feels. Obviously, it feels great, but I am curious, you guys, after watching the series before with Untouchables, did that put any more pressure on you guys to try to secure the 1 seed?
No.
We knew we were getting the 1 seed.
They went to game 5. We just had to match them.
You guys did just have to match them. So I am kind of curious. So we look at the stats and everything. So Dog Nappers, this game did not matter for them, right? Win or lose, they were still stuck in their spot. But obviously, this game meant everything to you guys. Did you have any specific game plan or anything after you guys dropped game 1? Did you make any changes or just?
Is it
okay? Well, there you
go. Yeah, we tend to drop game 1s.
Fair enough.
We just weren't really pressuring much. As on defense, we're kind of letting them do their own thing. So once we just started actually challenging the ball, started to work out a bit better.
Who would have thought? That's actually how that works. I like to see that. So,
if we touch ball more, we win. Obviously.
That usually is kind of how that works. So I am kind of curious. So obviously you guys have the #1 pick, right? So you don't have to say it, but is there any team that you guys are going to be picking going into playoffs?
Yellow Dog, you got a preference?
I don't know. We haven't really thought about it much. We didn't want to think too far ahead and get ahead of ourselves, but I think the obvious answer would be Div A wannabes, but I don't know. Our series against them felt so bad. I think if we just go in confident instead of just not trying, it'd go a lot better. So
I think
probably gonna be.
You know what? Words of wisdom. If you go in trying, I think that works better than not trying. So that's.
We still swept them, but it felt terrible.
Yeah, and definitely I wouldn't prep your
terrible.
land walkout before you make it as well. Just a word of advice. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that or not, but
not really. No, I'm good. I'm good on that one. No, I love that. I am kind of curious, Lepaski. Last season, obviously, I believe you teamed with Shaded, right? That's correct. I was gonna say any extra motivation to beat your old teammate going into this match.
Not really.
You should
teach bro. This is a revenge for LaCrap. Come on.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, this is kind of this is Yellow Dog.
This is revenge.
Yeah, Yellow Dog. This has to feel good for you then.
I'm
so
kind of on the fence with both Yellow Dog's team now. Shaded's teammate last semester.
Fair enough. So Cosmic, then going to you. Obviously, Div D went decent for you last season, right? Jumping up divisions. Yeah. Historically, it has not worked out. Like I said, we have had multiple people who have jumped divisions. Hasn't gone great for them. But you're making it easy. Is this just is it Div A next season? Is that how this is going?
Mm-hmm. That's just what happens when I try.
Ooh, respect.
There you go. Coop, any last questions for these boys?
Pasky, how did that air dribble feel, or the double touch, I guess?
Unshaded?
Yeah.
Bag work.
Nothing it's funny on our end.
It's just reps.
Yeah, it was funny because we're talking about, hey, I know Shaded's pretty mechanical, and I think I was the one saying it, but I was like, I really want to see some, mechy stuff out of Nappers here, and then it just pans over to the director cam of you just destroying their entire defense.
It was beautiful.
It's unfortunate.
It was great though. Y'all in the comms before it even went up the wall. Pasky's over here just like, I'm air dribbling, and they're not.
And then
confidence is key.
Game 4, the last one, complete control. Was it just a thing of you guys going, okay, let's just up it, just ramp up everything since we know we're gonna
Yeah,
win? Or what was
we
the whole
figured out how to
mentality
play around them. We figured out, what they're good at and what they're not good at, and just use that to our advantage. Picked up on demos. That was one thing first game. I think we only had one demo. It's a little uncharacteristic, but picked it up.
Uncharacteristic. I like it. But that's all I
respect
had,
it.
Alex.
No, I respect it. So either way, boys, massive congratulations on being the #1 seed. Well deserved. You guys get a little bit of break before playoffs. All of like 5 days, and then you guys get to get into it. So again, 2 wins, or you lose twice, make land. Very simple. That's all it takes. So we'll have to see if you guys can manage it. But again, huge congratulations, and we'll see you guys in playoffs.
Can I give you a quick shout out, real quick?
Oh no.
I'm so
Shout out to all my
nervous,
haters.
but there you go. Yep.
Carve Dog, Aquamaniac, Shaded, Whirl.
Name dropping.
Who broke?
So what was that last part you cut
Average. This is so yellow dog.
Can't hear him. I think someone might have muted him in Discord in the
Yeah,
server.
that's crazy.
That's
I can't hear him
crazy.
at all.
I don't know what happened, man. That's
He's coming through loud and clear.
Word of advice: I would be careful picking Div A wannabes, just because playoffs does weird things.
Oh,
Man.
God. Yeah. There's been some fun flashbacks, I guess. But either way, boys, again, huge congratulations, Yellow Dog. You've gotten the shout out to the world. We'll see if the haters will be able to take you down on your quest for LAN. See how it goes. But again, boys, huge congratulations, and we'll see you guys very soon.
I'm just here.
All right. We've got those boys leaving the call.
You hear that?
I'm just making sure they get out of here. I don't trust any of those boys out of here. Any of those boys out of here. So either way, all right, cool. Have I convinced you, / did this game convince you to not uninstall Rocket League today?
I don't know. Like, it's not even like I don't enjoy it, because I do. I just don't have time for it.
As he's wearing the RLCS World Championship hat.
Okay, look, hey, going to Worlds and casting a DCRL game.
They're the
are two
same.
different things. No, DCRL, the season wasn't active during Worlds. The draft stream was that weekend. So, But to answer your question, to uninstall, maybe not, because I might do one more cast. I don't know. But I'm definitely not. You're not going to see me on. That is for damn certain.
All right, fair enough. Well, I respect it. Well, I appreciate you coming out of retirement, even if it was just to cast with me. Hopefully you had some fun times. But
and how was it? How was the surprise?
I'm not gonna lie, it was awesome. I was very, very glad. So I appreciate Whirl you setting that up, because he literally just DM'd me and said like, "Oh, you'll have a surprise cast. I'm not gonna tell you." I'm like, "Oh God, all right, sure, send it, see what happens." But pleasantly surprised. So I'm a big fan. But either way, appreciate everyone who has tuned in. Make sure you guys get your homework done before midnight. You guys got an hour 20. Imagine having to do homework. But either way, appreciate everyone tuning in. And again, we have a couple more days before playoffs start, and that is massive for you guys. So we'll make sure to do a playoff stream, playoff prediction, all that fun stuff. So make sure you guys are tuning in. We're going to be going live hopefully tomorrow or Friday and get that going. But either way, boys, adios, peace, and have a good night.
Peace.
Inside this spell, now I feel it. Now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel.